welcome everybody to the 2022 TBL Preseason Podcast. I'm here with the Sasquatch's GM, Chris, and
Hello.
the Camels GM, Michael.
Hey,
And we're
thanks for having me.
look at some of these teams here tonight. We haven't done this since 2016. It's been 5-6 seasons now. So for a lot of GMs, this might be the first time you're hearing a preseason podcast. But always fun to do and break things down. If anybody ever wants to join a future podcast, let me know. Always happy to have new voices and new opinions. So, yeah. Let's take a look at how things ended up last year. Pretty wild season, honestly. In the playoffs with New York winning it all in 7 games over Virginia. Both teams having kind of mediocre regular seasons and then making nice playoff runs. But for our breakdown today, we're going to start with the Ruby division.
Because it's the best.
Yeah, because it's the best division. No bias at all coming from this podcast about the best division in the TBL. I guess we'll start off with my team, and I'll let you guys talk about my team and hear what you guys have to say. Because I think I won it last year, the division.
You did win the division last year.
I've been pretty good. I'll set it up this way. I've been pretty good for a minute now. I sucked for a while. But let's take a look at the Padlet history. Really wasn't great for a big chunk of this league. And I was like, why am I even running this shit? As Chris wins a championship and Alex wins a championship here, my brother and my friend here. But lately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 straight seasons into the postseason. So, yeah, what do you guys think of the 2022 Paddlers?
We've had a lot of good draft choices back then when we really sucked. So, it's worked out for you.
I had a couple guys work out for sure. Yeah. Let's go on.
Yeah, like Israel Esparza is... I remember you were like him and Han about pulling him up. I said, pull him up, damn it. He's got 2 MVPs for you.
Yeah, he's been really good. 2 MVPs 4 years apart, and it's been 3 or 4 years since those happened. He's been on my team for a long time now, but yeah, already approaching 50 WAR here, and he's only 29 years old. So, not under contract for too much longer. Got him this year, next year.
Well, so he's on the wrong side of 20. So yeah.
We'll see if he keeps producing, but he's definitely the centerpiece of my team. I like Bobby Ola a lot as well. This guy's been solid. Not your typical first baseman, right? He's got no power, but he's got everything else that you'd want.
Do they steal a lot?
Steals a ton, yeah.
Yeah, 59, 72 last season. Wow, yeah. 72. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
speedster.
He led the league at 59 steals in 19 and 20, and then last year 72 steals, didn't lead the league. So,
well, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he plays.
Out there. No, but I like him. He gets on base a lot too. He's got that above 400 on base percentage for a lot of his
6 home runs, and he was worth almost 5 WAR last year. That's fun.
Yeah. Yep. A really interesting profile. I didn't know if he'd work out, but he's definitely been good for me. And I'm not really a home run park, I feel like. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, I'm kind of neutral, right? So definitely right-handers struggle to hit home runs in my park. So, but yeah, my offense is just really good in general. I feel like my pitching is kind of average, and that's why I'm not a championship team. I'm just kind of like a playoff team. I feel like.
You just beat up on the Ruby division for a while.
Yeah. Like, this is my ace now, right? Like, he's declined over time. This dude was a stud, but he's one of those guys, right, that just never is not injured.
The end is nigh for Oahu. That's what I'm seeing.
Maybe, yeah. We got to look at the rest of this division, but the pitching is definitely a concern.
That's what I think. You got your one. You can just ride off into the sunset. I know what the feeling. You're going to be where I am here soon.
I think this is the other guy I got to just show on my team real quick. Tony's had a really nice career so far. He's at 19 WAR, 4 seasons in. Has never... No red paint. Hasn't led the league in anything. Just a really solid, above-average player. Yeah. And actually, the last guy I'll talk about, since it's my team, Steve Magana, maybe at the end of his career, but also a notable guy. Maybe a Hall of Famer. You know, been a pretty tough crowd here with the Hall of Fame voting, but he's at 43 WAR. He's 30. He's got a little ways to go, I think, to get that nod, but maybe some votes. He might get my hometown vote. I might be saying that I'm going to vote for him.
If they've ever played for Oahu, I don't vote for him. They don't get my vote.
Yeah, definitely some solid hitters. Pitching is, leaves a little bit to be desired. Especially the rotation looks all right. I don't think that's really going to hold you back. The bullpen looks a little concerning, but kind of nitpicking.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are run backs, I mean, Urquidez has been my closer for a minute. He's got 185 saves for me now, career-wise.
Good numbers.
So we'll see if he holds up. I feel like a lot of these guys have just, ratings-wise have taken a step back, but that's also kind of the version that we're in, I guess.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, this is my ace. Look, he's been great for me. These are great numbers. Last year, he led the league in, a couple categories, and
he's just getting older.
He's a 50. He's a 50 OSA. Low scouting.
Yeah, maybe that is, largely the version that we're on. But none of the pitchers really look good in this version.
Yep.
It's also the beginning of the season. I do know that all the stats are kind of static a little bit, and I know that they kind of sometimes dip. And then as the season goes on, they either progress or they don't.
Yeah. Candidly, his bars don't even look that good anymore, though, either. He might be. I feel like pitchers can die young sometimes, so he might be digressing, digressing. What's right? Something.
None of them. You're just wrong.
Pipeline, I've got some nice pieces. I liked Reese's list that he released in chat. If you guys haven't seen that, obviously check that out. But I think it had the Paddlers number 2, number 3 on his list. So I'll take that all day. But yeah, Hollingsworth is pretty close for me here. Future center fielder now that Magana is on his way out. Everybody else is pretty far away. Okay, Pablo Pena. This guy's getting kind of close, I guess. But
it's kind of nice. So if you do rebuild, it's nice to have them all either close or all far away. So then you can have a core that all comes up at once.
Yeah. Or I feel like too. I feel like your style is build up, tear down, build up. At least in the time I've known you. I've got a guy in Esparza that I've tried to continue to just put pieces around, and I kind of just have stayed above average, which is, I guess, more my style.
Yeah, I get attached to the same guys, but I also get bored.
All right, let's go back to our standings page. Who do we want to talk about next?
Probably the Seals. Didn't they come in second?
I think they did. Alex and the Seals, again, 3 straight playoff appearances. This is a team that was really bad for a long time after being really good early in our history. But now, again, 3 straight years back in the postseason. Even though one of those years was 79 and 83, I don't know if we can technically count that one.
Has to be played.
We do have to, because he also went to the conference championship series, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's gotten back to a competitive level. How come? What has he got?
Well, if he was here, he'd tell you all about it. I guarantee it. Let's see. I'm stuck on Oahu right now. Let's go back to San Diego.
Looks like a similarly, maybe even a better ranked offense. Really like the shortstop. The left fielder looks pretty good.
Yeah, got a really good shortstop.
Yeah, I definitely like the pitching staff. No offense, I definitely like the pitching staff more.
Don't forget.
He's got the much younger team. I think Naftal's 23 years old. This is going to be his kind of third season here. Huber, the left fielder, as well.
I was going to say, Black and Decker, Huber.
Yeah, this guy stays healthy. I mean, that's a big thing, right? Jinx. No, but average age, right? Like nobody in this offense is over 28, really. Nobody of consequence. And then you said, yeah, the pitching. I agree. He's got way better top end pieces. Bill Marchado, I feel like, is a name from another league that I'm in, which is funny. So he just feels like a super recognizable player. Also has been in this league for a long time, so maybe I'm thinking of this league. But only 26 years old. Came up at 21 from the Winston-Salem organization.
What?
How could you?
That must have predated you, right?
Yeah. 35 stamina, though. That's a little interesting.
Yeah, for a starter, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if that plays, but I mean, obviously the results have been pretty good for this guy. Dragic's been really good too. I feel like he was injured one year, pretty bad. Yeah, an 18-month injury coming up. But since that, actually, he's been pretty healthy. So one of those fix it the first time injuries. Pitcher of the year in 2019, and he's a workhorse. Look at these innings pitched.
Dang.
He's kind of a, for what, a third, fourth year player, fifth year, I guess now. I don't know. He's just kind of old. He's 29 years old already. Just kind of a late bloomer. But maybe he'll pitch late into his career.
I think that profile works, right? He has the glow stuff.
For Dragic, or? Yeah,
for guys that age, I feel like when they age in OFTP, their stuff kind of falls off in their control and their movement and stuff. Ages better. Especially like he's an extreme ground ball guy too, so I feel like he can maybe hold on a little longer.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yep. He doesn't throw super hard 92 to 94, but obviously gets the job done. I like this guy Schumacher too. Kind of looks like a starter profile until you hit the stamina holds runners box.
I've noticed a lot more of those style pitchers around. Like it's like, what the hell is this?
DevLab. Maybe. I don't know if the DevLab will get you that far, but I guess if you do it enough. Anybody else we should look at on this team? Look at the starting lineup here. Great catcher defensively, but huge liability at the plate, I'd say.
That's one of those sacrifices you got to make, though. Sometimes.
I guess. I don't know. Might be able to look around and find better than that out there. I mean, I might even start one of these guys over.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Farley.
Yeah, maybe Farley.
What do they say? Like 2 WARs average? Is that right for a season? So like, if this guy plays a full season, he's an average, above average catcher. He's a lefty. Go back to the homepage here. Yeah, I don't know. Look at the next one. Look at his pipeline. Look at the next one. Not a lot of top 500 prospects. OSA loves everybody, so who knows how good these guys are. But a couple close. I do kind of trust the overall with OSA sometimes, right? Maybe not the potential.
Yeah, I trust the overall more than the potential.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a relief pitcher. I guess he could start coming up in the latter half of the season. All right, let's keep moving.
I don't know who came in third. Was
somebody
it
else
Phoenix?
Here. I shouldn't be insulting. I should know this, right? It was Johnny's team, and of course he missed the playoffs. I totally knew that. Yeah, Johnny's actually been in the league a long time now. He's not an OG, but he's been here for. I wanted to kind of look at this manager history. I think this is a cool page. If I can find it. Maybe I can't. Never mind. Hide retired, hide unemployed. Here we go. This kind of shows who's been here the longest. And we've got Johnny here. He's been here for about 2,400 games now. So that's 15 plus seasons, I think. Controlling the Rams. Let's take a look at his team. Thoughts on the Rams this year?
I'm not sure. Probably stay around the same as they were last year. Could make a run for the playoffs. Depending on where they're at in the wild card. I don't think they're winning the division.
Yeah, I like some of their offensive pieces. Little suspect on their pitching staff, especially the rotation. But OSA thinks they have like the 10th best rotation, so maybe all pitchers just look bad.
Well, I like his shortstop, like defensively, although I feel like 65 range just a little kind of shy sometimes. And I like his second baseman a lot too, just all around. Aaron Musgrave, the leadoff hitter here. I think he's going to be a really good player. He's only 24 years old. I mean, just like a pretty steady lineup. You're right. I think the pitching. Sorry, that's the lineup. I think the pitching's better than my team. Again, I think my pitching's
so too.
Bad this year. But Barker's been on Las Vegas for a long time, so that's a new signing. 27 years old. He's bringing him over to the Fire Conference, and he's been really solid. Bring back a lot of these guys, but yeah, I think he can definitely have a competitive team. We'll be right there for the wild card. Don't know how I feel about contracts. I see he's got a lot of these guys locked up for a long time. Always kind of wary of that. Like Tim Barker has been good, but man, I don't know if I want to give him $100 million over the next 5 years.
Yeah, those are a lot of yellow bars for an aging guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes people make mistakes, okay?
Oh, Chris, we'll look at your team in a minute. Don't worry.
We don't have to do that kind of stuff at all.
It's not a mistake. Sometimes you have to be aggressive. Like free agency early on, if you don't make that bid, you're not getting the guy. So I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, as we hit 24, 25, 26, Johnny might not like that contract as much. That might.
I know. You always have buyer regret.
I don't know, but yeah, he's in pretty good shape books-wise outside of that. See what I mean, though? Just like looking at total, there's not a lot of wiggle room going forward.
So, yeah.
Hopefully what he's got built now works, and what he's got coming up can kind of supplement that. He does have the number 7 prospect in the game. Alex Rios, a 5-pitch pitcher. Doesn't get injured much, even though he's injured right now. So, gotta kind of love that. And if you look, a lot of these guys are actually in AAA. I don't know if that's just because he hasn't set his lineups yet, but no, I mean, most of these guys are like ready, right? So actually, I'm thinking Bighorn could be kind of scary this year.
I can't confirm or deny that.
I think they might be the second best team we've looked at so far.
Yeah, Wahoo's definitely shit.
All right, we'll get to our ranks at the end, guys. Calm yourselves down. Yeah, he's in good shape. I feel like I tore him down and built him up a little bit in that review. I don't know. Who's next? 4th place. I'm guessing that was Mexico City. I think they made a late run. 5th place.
Ugh, that's ugly.
You were wrong. I'm going with Vancouver.
6th place. So that means it was
damn it! I was way wrong.
San Antonio, 4th place.
I knew it was San Antonio.
Let's take a look at Daryl's team. I just want to. We didn't look at the history here too. It's been a couple seasons since Bighorn got in. That was their best season in a while, being over 500. So hopefully they are moving in the right direction. But yeah, back to San Antonio and Daryl's team. So Daryl made the postseason 4 straight seasons and missed last year. Again, finished over 500. It was a more competitive Fire Conference race than we've seen in a while, with actually some good teams missing out. Not that 500 is great, but you know what I mean.
500's,
it's good enough sometimes.
It's good enough.
Sometimes 79 wins is good enough to be a conference champion.
You mean a wild card team?
Yeah.
To beat the conference champion in the playoffs?
Oh, and lose in the conference championship. But what do you think of Daryl's team here?
Great bullpen. Very strong back end.
For sure. Yeah, he's got some nice pieces. Roy Miller. I like a good relief pitcher with just like 2 solid pitches. We've got Bartley here as well. This guy's going to be basically a rookie. Pitched 80 innings last year, probably after call-up day, or he's right at that 1 year of service time. So yeah, a really young team. Even though he's had some playoff success the last few years, I feel like the whole league's pretty freaking young. I don't know. We just have a lot of prospects that are coming up continuously since we're such a young league. I think that's my theory. I don't know.
Definitely think there's some more holes than the previous teams we've looked at so far.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Founts came over, last year? This guy's like a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. Paired with Estrada, who's been really great for San Antonio here. Those are kind of the 2 superstars on the team. What do you see for holes, Michael?
Justin Bollinger. Because
yeah, he's not great.
Shortstop.
I feel like he's just a utility backup, right? He's white right now, so he's not in the starting lineup.
Danny Guzman looks
Matt Sullivan
looks promising, but I don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah,
defense especially looks pretty raw. I don't think he'd be the shortstop, so he'd probably be playing like second or third.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Guzman's probably playing third. I think Matt Sullivan's playing shortstop. And he looks okay. I think Sullivan's got the range.
He's got the 2020 Rookie of the Year and Alan Bayer as catcher. I don't like his bars as catcher, but he's got good hitting bars.
Yeah. Wow, he's been pretty good. Rookie of the Year. How about that, Mr. Alan Bayer? Nice grab. 6'7". That guy's a giant.
Behind the plate at 6'7".
Yeah.
That's why his catching bars stink.
Dude, I'm gonna look at this. Is there no back injuries? Impressive.
He's only 25. He's still got time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate this team. Actually, I kind of like this team. I think they're not the worst team we've looked at so far of the 4 teams.
No, yeah.
Are you saying that's me, Michael? What the fuck?
Well, saving it for the big reveal where we rank the team. I mean, right. I think we're about to look at some worse teams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know Chris is coming up. This is San Antonio. This is Daryl's system.
And I can't believe you talked about the Spokane Sasquatches like that.
Daryl's got a good young team. He's made the playoffs 4 of the last 5 years, missed last year 82 and 80, and he's got a nice system. So he's definitely, I think, maybe the biggest threat in the Ruby that we've looked at so far overall in terms of like the complete package. But number 5, Rick Lucas, shortstop, probably not a real shortstop. He's got the range, but he's going to make a lot of errors. He's got a lot of good infielders. Cortez Gonzalez is a shortstop profile-y type guy, so.
But they're hard to find.
Yeah. Yep. So no, I think Daryl's got a bright future over the next couple seasons. Any last thoughts?
Nope.
All right.
Good team.
Yeah, good team.
good
Everybody's been
team.
a really good team, which is unlikely because we're in the Ruby division. I think maybe we have rose-colored glasses on. We haven't done this in long enough.
I mean, I didn't say you were a good team.
That's true, but 3 out of 4 though, still impressive. Number 5 was Mexico City and the Larry Luchadores. He's been right on the cusp. It's never easy rebuilding a expansion team, and we've had a lot of GMs who have done a really good job doing that now, who we'll get to, but God, I'm clicking all over the place. Sorry. Mexico City, history, 2 playoff appearances. They were the first, I think, maybe the second.
I think they were the first, and they were the first to win one.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Syracuse and now New York was a close second, I think. But yeah, no, they made the playoffs a couple years ago at 80 and 82 before missing the year before 83 and 79. This team, the GM, the original GM, bailed while drafting was happening, so they were set back the furthest. Actually, that man, Winston-Salem, really were just like kind of shit luck from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, happy to see that they've kind of been competitive and on the edge, and let's see if they have what it takes this year to do anything. I've never loved Larry's teams on paper, although he does have a really strong top-end pitching staff and a good back-end closer. I hate his lineups.
Yeah, this offense looks like hot garbage.
Yeah,
definitely the worst one we've looked at so far.
He builds with, yeah, for sure. I think so too. He builds around a theory of his park and some other factors. I got to get him on to explain his theory.
He's got a lot of experience, so.
I mean, again, he makes a lot out of a little with some of the guys he has on his team the past few years. So we'll see how the offense turns out. I do like some of these pitchers, though, right? Like Antonio Santiago is a freaking stud. 1 point.
And having a good top end of the rotation goes a long way.
For sure.
Yeah. Sure does.
Yep. 1.3 in 2015. And this is my favorite page to check, the injury history. You should know it well in this league if you want to be successful. I think.
Sometimes you forget about it, you know?
When Larry was last on with me, he said he didn't mind gambling on the injured guys. I kind of remember that as something he mentioned. Andre Crawford, 36 years old. This guy's still getting it done. 3 Pitcher of the Year awards. I'm hoping he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I can't think of
drafted him.
Yeah, I can't think of a pitcher that's been Fort Collins. It looks like his entire career.
Oh yeah, I'm wrong.
Unless you traded him early, but I can't think of a guy who's had a better career, honestly, on the pitching side, like a full career. We got some guys still going, right? But
yeah, you know, like the Andy Kerrigan, DJ Marksberry's, you know, they kind of like they were good, and then all of a sudden but they had trash careers. Like DJ Marksberry was really great, but then he fell right off.
Andre Crawford's thrown 200 innings, 12 straight seasons. That's amazing. He's approaching 3,000 strikeouts, 3,000 innings pitched. His ERA is under 3 still. Like, this dude's a boss.
He was drafted by the Huron Herons in 2004.
And you traded
possibly the worst trade I've ever made in any online league. I traded him for like a more established starting pitcher who was terrible.
Yeah.
Just like a 1-for-1.
Well, he's been great, and he's 36, and let's see if he continues to be great. Actually, Larry was pointing out the contract here. He wasn't afraid. 3 years, give it to him, right? Guy's had a great career. Let's hope he can. I love guys that can pitch till they're 40. Let's hope he does it.
Lumber.
Where are we at? Back on Larry's team. Yeah, the offense. Let's talk about the offense. I mean, is it defensive? Is it good defense at least? Like, the center fielder's got 50 range. I feel like that's not gonna. Oh, he's left field. No, he's playing center field right now. I will say, actually, Mexico City hasn't exported yet, so I don't have a fresh look. So we don't know who's starting where.
We don't know the true lineup.
Yeah. But in terms of spring training, this guy doesn't have the range for center field. He's going to make everybody else worse around him. I mean, Nate Hughes doesn't either, but he's a good corner outfielder, at least defensively. Same with Keesp. I think both these guys can play the corner, but you got to find a real center fielder.
Their shortstop Lorenzo Valenzuela looks fun. Like off the charts defensive bars.
Let me find him. Sorry. Oh yeah, look at that. Can play any position. Yeah, no, I love a guy like that. I do think he's definitely a good bench player, though, because of the eye, unfortunately.
I just don't like any. I mean, he's probably my favorite hitter on this whole team, or the favorite position player on this whole team. Maybe Wayne Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's so average, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the rest of these guys are like bad.
Yeah, no, it's a tough sell for any of these guys. You're right. I don't know if he's got anybody coming up young, maybe that can kind of boost the pitching. He's got not a terrible class. 4 top 100 guys. Some of them are close. Again, it's on the pitching end though, so offensive help is not looking like it's coming anytime soon. No money left in the coffers. Let's take a look at the salaries real quick. Ooh, see, yeah, that worries me. I don't know. Santiago is like great, but man, that's so much money, and he's got to be. Must have bought out arbitration, right?
Must have Must have.
Yeah, he's only got 4 years.
I don't think it's a bad call. He's worth the money now. Pay him.
I mean, he might definitely be a future pitcher of the year, but like, don't you get a discount if you're going to buy out arbitration? Like, why are we paying full price for some early years? I candidly don't feel like I know contracts as well, so I'm not asking that. Like,
I feel like in this version, the finances are a little broken as far as buying out arbitration. And a lot of the times, like their asks aren't reasonable. Like they're too high for considering that it's an arbitration year.
yeah.
But I don't think finances have always been a little wonky.
Do you think Ricky Guzman has a chance to be the best closer in TBL history here? I'm going to be honest. This is me being out of touch a little bit. Didn't have this guy on my radar. He's at 295 career saves. He's 28 years old. He's already been to the All-Star game 7 times. And he's been reliever of the year 4 times. We talk about out of touch.
How many seasons have you guys been on the new version? Did you just switch?
I think we converted in 2020 or 2021. So this is year 3, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It seems like the splits are a lot more extreme in this version, and this guy's a sidearm pitcher. But seems like he's still pitching pretty well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know we converted like somewhere around here, so the numbers were pretty comparable.
So great.
Yep. So I mean, honestly, I hate to see that much money paid to a reliever, but I guess in this situation might be a definite kind of compromise, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, no. The money's locked in again for the next 2 years. This is the Mexico City team we're going to be seeing for a minute. And then there's some relief in 2024 where there's some flexibility around, still these 3 kind of key components of this team. So hopefully you can find some young pieces to plug in there.
Probably the best pitching we've looked at so far. I don't want to be like all negative on this team because I'm not a fan of the offense. But yeah, the pitching is definitely very strong. It seems like this guy is very experienced in leagues, so maybe he has a team philosophy, a strategy that he's going with, and we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, for sure. I could see again this team being like 500-ish and competing for wild cards. So I haven't seen a team yet that's just like not going to compete yet. We're getting there though, because we're on to number 6. That's the Vancouver Vandals. Chris's team, and actually Chris has been here for a minute too. I didn't give Larry his look here, but let's take a look at the manager list. Chris and the Vandals, we're talking almost 1,000 games now, actually just over 1,000 games, so approaching like 7-8 seasons. But let's take a look at the Vandals. I will say at times feels like Chris has been a little inactive, but I was super psyched to see that he had a list of and I'm not joking, 75 players for the Rule 5 draft. So he was super active this offseason. That's actually the longest list I've seen anybody make since I've started the league. So, and yet somehow, Michael, you drafted more players than him. This Rule 5, which I thought was kind of funny. So you
maybe his list was better than other people took players off his list.
Yeah, I don't know. Good point. So, what do you guys think of the Vandals this year? I think we might have to dig deeper. It looks like he's exported. I might have to reach out. His lineup's not set. He might want to know. Pretty shallow pitching staff too.
Yeah. Looks like maybe an inactive. The pitching leaves a lot to be desired, but maybe they have, I don't know, do they have anyone in the minors that they could call up to fill in?
Yeah, we got some 40s, some 45s overall.
Oof.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough right now. to be a Vandals fan.
Looks like a handful of solid hitters, but not much else.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Gayton coming over from Las Vegas. I don't know if you can make a Hall of Fame case. 2 MVPs. He's 30 years old. Kind of depends how the next 5 seasons go, I'd say. But he'll definitely get some votes. He was great in his prime. Former 1-1, if I am remembering correctly. I'm not. Former 1-15. Actually, this is 122. Oh, draft. It was a fuck up Rule 5 draft. Not former 115, but former, like top 5 prospect.
If you look at their team rankings, this is probably the most red that we've seen from any of the teams so far.
Yeah, third base, shortstop, catcher. I mean, we're a 32-team league, and that's 32nd place.
Their starting catcher is like 40 overall. Can't play defense, can't hit.
The outfield's good. That's about it. And it's not really good, honestly. I don't like the rankings sometimes. Like, this guy can't play center field, Josh Borowitz. This is actually one of the beefs I had. Not beefs, but the unfortunate things. Oops, sorry. Christian Laredo, when he was on this team, was, I think, like one of the best players fucking ever, but like was playing center field and just doesn't have the bars for center field, like 45 ranking, right? And he had that season where he had, I'm gonna just look here, 10 WAR and had like a negative 20 zone rating or something, which was ridiculous. I digress.
I feel like outfield is usually the easiest to fill. I think this team has a lot of work to do to try to build around. Yeah, some not so great.
Yep. Well, I'm glad to see he was active. He's got some coaches he's got to sign. Glad to see he was active a little bit this offseason. He doesn't have a ton of money on the books, so he has flexibility. There's shit out there in free agency. He's got $92 million free right now. Yeah, looking at the front office, I mean, this is a big thing, right? Like, you get $92 million free, and you've got minimum scouting and development budgets right now. So that's just a GM mistake. Should definitely just keep that in mind going into next season. If you're not going to spend it on players, you might as well spend it to develop the players you have.
Maybe he's one of the people that don't believe in it. They do exist.
In development?
Yeah, I mean, if you read like on the forums, we can't cross-contaminate.
No.
But if you like read in the forums, there's some pretty like heated debate about whether development budget actually does anything. But from speaking anecdotally, I think it definitely does.
I believe in it for sure.
Yeah.
If I have a random 16th rounder that like became a 60 somehow, I completely think it's my development budget.
Yeah. There's some budget truthers, though. They do exist.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. His system's mid. So again, he's got work to do, like you said. The best strategy, again, in this league, in my opinion, is sign some short-term contracts and try to flip them at the deadline, get assets. We've seen a couple GMs do that really well over the past few seasons. I'm just thinking right now, Boston, we're going to get to Mike here, but he had like 6 first-rounders this season. So
there's a couple good free agents left.
Yeah, there are. So sign those guys. Sign them for one-year deals, and try to flip them at that deadline. So, but yeah, I hope Chris turns it around, and that's gonna put us to number 7. Speaking of Chris, are you still with us, Crispy?
Well, yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
We're just waiting to get to my team. It takes a while,
I totally. You know what? We're gonna. It does take a while. I appreciate your patience. Brendan's up next, and we actually are running on our 45-minute mark, so we should wrap up these last 2 teams fairly quickly.
Yeah, we don't.
And I said Brendan, but it's Brandon. I fucking do this in my head all the time.
He's an OG too. How could you do that to an OG?
He's been here since the beginning. We should very much mention that because there's about 7 of us left, I think.
There's not many of us left.
No. So appreciate him being here for so long, for sure. Let's take a look at his team. He's been a pretty tough luck GM. And this was kind of, just historical knowledge here, went super hard the first few seasons, invested a lot of resources to try to win, made 2 championship series, and lost both of those. And then since then, it's just been doom and gloom in Phoenix. Hasn't really been able to get back on the winning side. One nice season there in 2016. Outside of that, it's been a struggle. So let's take a look at his team this year, see if there's any sunshine in the future. What do you guys think?
Probably not.
Yeah, the pitching looks pretty bad.
Yeah, the pitching reminds me of my team a little bit, which is bad.
And I don't really like the defense for a lot of their. I think their starting shortstop is probably going to be like Pat Moore, who's like a 50 shortstop. Hard to say because it's still like spring training rosters.
Yeah, I think I've got his roster submitted. So it looks like it's
okay.
Bob Barron.
All right, so he might even be worse defensively.
Yeah, he's not looking great. I really can't emphasize that enough to anybody that listens to this back. Like, your shortstop's got to have like 70 range, and he can suck at ass on the offensive side of the ball, but like anything below that, he's just going to be a liability, and there's going to be so many hits up the middle.
It's the
Personal
same with
feelings.
Their center fielder looks like they're like a 50 defensive guy.
Yeah, Matt Lindquist.
45.
Yep. Same kind of thing. I mean, this guy was good last year. Led the league in runs. Offensively, good. Led the league in runs, but I see this guy should be sitting probably on the corner, right? And there should be a guy out there that can get to the ball.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like a cheap defensive first. I know I got like a center fielder, Rule 5. They're out there, and you can just get a little more production out of, what you have if you have guys in the appropriate spots.
Yeah. Garrett Collins did kind of mash last year. It wasn't terrible.
It looks good. Yeah.
Offensively for a first baseman. So there's some okay pieces here. I mean, I don't know if there's anything to really build a future around. I feel like it's a bunch of journeymen, and I feel like that's kind of been the situation a lot in Phoenix. Like, he's pulled in some vets late in their career, like some really good guys, but like past the peak, and just hasn't really been able to develop that one guy where he can like be like, all right, this guy's the future.
And he's got some pieces that might make sense. Like his starting pitcher Ethan Pauly looks decent. If he wanted to kind of like do a little bit of a rebuild, he could definitely get something for them.
For sure. Yeah, this guy's been good for 3 straight years.
Matt Lindquist as a corner outfield would have value. Garrett Collins, that first baseman, is good. So if he wanted to go that route, he could start to build like a core that he could build around.
Yeah, I mean, I can't emphasize enough like how critical like the trade deadline is to like really kind of turn things around when you're.
I don't understand why Pat Moore is making $35 million a year.
Well, I mean, ratings wise, OSA's got him at a 75. I don't know what his actual rating is. He's put up great WAR over the last 2 seasons.
Right.
Really, outside of 2019, he's been great. We're talking 5.5 WAR, 5.3 WAR. He put up 8 WAR in 2018. Which was again the last version of the game, but he's been good the last few years. I don't really get it either. Like, he doesn't have great eye, obviously.
He's a fan fave.
This guy had 222 hits a few years ago.
You do what the fans want, all right?
Yeah, I don't know. Some of those guys are just enigmas. Pat Indian Joe Moore, which, by the way, I do have to upgrade some of the nicknames. I'm getting way behind on that. But any other thoughts on Phoenix?
Not really.
No. I'm good.
Wish him luck in turning it around. We'll just look at the pipeline real quick to be equitable. De La Cruz, Thomas, they're all pretty far away. We've got Steve Thomas kind of close. Corner outfielder again, but yeah. This might be the best bet, actually. Cody Hatley. There's your still below average, but better than what you have center fielder.
Just put him there. Put him in. Put him in, coach.
That's my opinion.
He's a lefty. You could platoon him.
Yep. All right. Who's left? All right, on to the next division. The Sasquatch.
Spokane. Woo!
8th place. And this is, man, fallen from grace franchise, let me tell you. Was just so good for a minute there. And then they became the 2000 version of the Somerville money line, where they just decided every other season to make the playoffs. And now it's been a minute. It's actually been a minute since we hit that 70 win mark. So
yeah.
Hopefully,
when I lose, when I win, I win,
pieces.
and when I lose, I lose. Okay.
That's the spirit. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what you got. Obviously, another OG. Chris and I started the league.
Obviously.
What's your overall record? I think we need to know.
I'm under
16, 59, 17, 45. Oh, we're gonna have to pull that up, bud.
I'm under 500.
All
I was over.
Let's look at your team this year, because you seem to think you're last place team. I seem to think you have a decent offense. It's got to be somewhere in the middle. Michael will give us the truth.
I'm going to be hot garbage.
You got good offensive pieces. Jose Saucedo's a top catcher.
Yeah, I guess.
Matt Jacobs looks great.
Matt Jacobs,
first baseman.
Yeah, it does look really great.
He was
up and coming.
Carlos Ruiz is his new signing this year. Paid $30 million over the next few years. Serviceable, still, I think, at 31.
Promising up and coming rotation. Ryan Mountain looks really good.
Yeah, for sure. This is so funny because OSA. Oh, it's got a 55 of 80. It didn't show potential. Is that why it looks so bad? Do I not have potential showing on the stream right now? Oh, that's so funny. Add edit columns.
Oh, you're so stupid, Bo. How could you do that?
I was wondering, like, it's like we haven't seen a single blue potential picture since we started the stream.
Now you're about to. What do you think about that?
I don't know where it is. Here we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, Moon does look good. I think he just came off a really bad injury, right, Chris? Maybe not.
He's just an extreme risk, you know?
Are you going to put him in the bullpen or start this guy? And what do you think?
I was going to start him. Because what I did last year is I started him, and then he started just doing terrible. I put him in the bullpen.
Yeah. I hate the holds runners.
Me too.
I mean,
He's an extreme liability at a development.
I don't really understand that yet. Do you guys have a better grasp on that?
No, I have no clue. I just put trash players in there hoping they do just turn out to be 80-80s.
I think it basically is to do with like how much experience they have. Like if you look at the guys who are already kind of have arrived, they have low development risk. If you look at a guy that's like an IAFA or the international complex, is usually extreme. So I think Mooten came up really quick, if I recall.
Yeah, he was one of the most
minor leagues at all.
Huh?
I don't think he was in the minor leagues at all, was he? Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was.
1 year. So he just came on the scene really quick.
He was like a college player that was like developed. I think he was like a 40 overall when I drafted him.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. So no, he's come up super quick, and that's why I think the development risk is still there. He's still growing.
He's got to deal with it. Could be a little bitch.
I mean, again, if you're active at the deadline here in a couple weeks, I think you can get something for Jeremy Wilson. This guy's been good. He's got some nice pitches. And he's making the minimum. Or you can try to compete, because I think your lineup's not terrible.
Yeah, it's probably not that horrible. I'm just giving it shit. You know, I've just been really bad lately, so.
Bobby Vienna looks good to me as another like a third starting pitcher.
Which guy?
In the rotation, Bobby Vienna. I like him more than OSA does.
Yeah, 5 pitches. Always like a ground ball pitcher. He's a lefty. Gotta love that. Let's look at your contracts, because definitely not getting off the hook scot-free here. I freaking hate some of these signings. Like, I hate them.
Yeah, no,
for the next 2 seasons.
I don't care.
Oh my god, Pete Robinson, bro.
I don't even remember doing it.
You paid Pete Robinson $100 million in the first season. Second season he was with you. Put up -2 WAR. I hope he's not on your team this year. You should just straight cut this fucker.
Maybe we'll see.
That's actually it. That's your only boo boo. I feel like there was another.
I thought it was Zach Sheed.
Sheed's not terrible. No.
Yeah.
I think there's actually someone here that you may have cut already, because he was also so bad that like you didn't pay him. But I could be wrong. All right, people don't want to hear us ramble about your team anymore.
About my awesome team.
Yep. Got some pieces. 3 top 100
That's
guys.
left.
Nobody above AA though.
Yeah, get Todd Nelson out of your screen.
We're
looking at Todd Nelson.
Do you have any last thoughts or anything to say about your team, Chris?
Probably gonna be better than Oahu.
That's the spirit. See, that's the spirit. All right.
That's
Let's rank them.
I think they've got some good bones. I think you could really build around that Matt Jacobs guy. He could be like a Hall of Fame caliber hitter.
Yeah.
The rotation. The rotation goes a long way.
Yeah, I got some work to do. I got to pay attention to my team. You know, summer's coming to an end, so I have a feeling cold Vermont winter is gonna make me go back to out of the park. So,
Older season or stick season or whatever you call it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
You like Matt Jacobs more than I do. I don't think he's that great. I do like his corner outfielders though. I like Molina and Spagnuolo in terms of just good defensive guys. I don't know. In terms of at least
Matt Jacobs is just gonna hit so many homers in Oahu. It's not gonna be funny.
Yeah, he's already up to 55. So. All right.
So, you know.
Your team's terrible. Let's rank them. Chris, do you want to rank them first? Because I think this is your last segment. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is my last segment, and we need my comedic relief for this. So.
Yes.
Well, I think San Diego's winning it.
San Diego. All right.
San Diego. Then I'm gonna go San Antonio.
I forgot about San Diego. San Antonio, yeah.
Probably Bighorn.
Okay.
At 3. Mexico City at 4. Phoenix at 5. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Vancouver, Spokane, and then Oahu. Because I'm just going to be way better than Oahu this year. That's my plan.
I like your charisma. I guess that's the word I'll use. Michael, why don't you go next?
To be honest, I don't remember them all, but I think San Diego looks like the best that we looked at.
Yeah.
I really liked San Antonio and Bighorn. And then I will say Oahu. And then I was optimistic about Spokane, so I'll go Spokane,
Oh.
Mexico City, and I don't know who's left, but I feel like the other ones we looked at.
Vancouver and Phoenix.
I'll go Phoenix. But I feel like there was a team we looked at that looked worse than Phoenix.
Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver? So is that everyone then? Vancouver's last?
Yeah.
I think that's everyone. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you guys, except for San Diego's not going to win. It's going to be San Antonio. So actually, I don't agree with you guys at all. I don't know why I said that. San Antonio is going to be first. Oahu's going to be second. Until I lose, I'm a winner. And that's how this podcast is going to go.
You're going to lose game 1 of the...
will be sneaking in as a wild card third. I do like Mexico City to make a surprising 4th. Spokane 5th. Bighorn 6th. And then I've got Phoenix 7 and Vancouver 8. And that's it. That's the Ruby division.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know. Chris, you're done. Michael, do you want to go on to talk about the Topaz next? I think we're gonna have another GM join us. I had a DM, so I'll see if he's still kicking. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. We'll try to corral that person.
You should make your draft pick, Paul.
I should make my draft pick. God damn it! I knew I was on the clock right before we started this shit. So yeah, we're gonna take a break while I do my draft as well. So we'll be back in a split second.
Catch you.
here with the Topaz. Let me just pull up the gameplay. And we've got another GM joining us. Back here again with the Camels GM, Michael. And now we've got the Huron Herons GM, Daniel, our 2020 TBL champions. Welcome, Daniel.
Hello.
And who won the division last year? This is your division. You probably know this answer, right?
I believe it was Actually, I think it was Virginia.
I don't think so. I think it was Kansas City. Sorry, I had to test you there. It's all good.
I failed.
No, it's all good. I think it was Brad and the Kansas City Scouts. As a matter of fact, the first time the Scouts have ever made the postseason in their history. So congratulations to Brad on a really great season.
I think the reason I brought up the Rebels because they kicked my ass in the wild card round last year.
Yeah, no, the Rebels had a great postseason run. Kind of the opposite of what their season was 2 seasons ago when they were really dominant. 97 wins, yeah, 65 losses, won the division. Let's pull them up here. And yeah, looking at their Meet the Team, they've built a pretty strong team, right? Position-wise. What are your thoughts on the Scouts this year?
They look good to me. It doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of holes.
Yeah, for sure.
Their closer looks really good. Mario Alvarez.
Yeah, he does look great. Another one of those like guys with just 2 pitches, but they're like elite pitches and really good stuff.
Personally, his fit's a little high for me, but it's not too big of a deal.
He did have a nice season last year, and it was only his second season, full season in the TBL. So. Bob Donaldson, only 25 years old. Good defensive bars, good offensive bars. He's going to be a guy to watch moving forward. I feel like
Wilson looks really good.
Who's that?
Shane Wilson, their right fielder, looks really good.
Yep. Defensive bars aren't particularly there, but I mean, look at the numbers he's put up. It's insane. Led the league in RBIs last year. I guess defensive bars like this can play, right? Like look at the WAR or the zone rating. Excuse me. He put up the last 2 seasons.
My stat makes it a little better.
Oh really? Yep. Then OSA.
Yeah.
I'm gonna act as myself. I feel like that's fair. Won't give other people's secrets away. Yeah, I see that as well. Same with mine. Oh, all around, right? Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. Can't really trust OSA anymore.
I know, that's true. We've been looking at all these guys through OSA's lenses. So, go back. Yeah, any other thoughts on this team? I feel like the outfield is good because they're strong offensively, like all 3 positions. The defense I thought was mediocre, kind of like middle of the pack, but it looks like they put up good numbers in the outfield as well. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think they're going to repeat? I guess is going to be the question.
I think they could. I really like their pitching, and it looks like, at least according to my scout, a lot of their pitchers still have room to develop. Like Matt Kilby or Marty Kilby. Joe Greenwell might not be quite ready yet, but looks like he has some pretty high potential. Brad Wilson.
Yeah, man, this kid debuted young, huh? He was 20 years old when he came up in 2020. was the second guy? Sorry, it was Kilby and
Kilby, Joe Greenwell.
Joe Greenwell.
Oh, I like him a lot more than that.
And OSA hates him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Brad Wilson looks like OSA likes him.
I do like Brad Wilson a lot, and I feel like he had a really good season. Man, he started 37 games last year. That takes like some maneuvering, right? Like you've got to be like starting him on a 4-man rotation, right? But he's a workhorse. Doesn't get hurt. Any thoughts, Daniel?
I like Jim Olive as a pitcher. I think he's like 3rd or 4th in the rotation. He might only be ranked 50, but I think he's a lot better looking at his stats.
I do like a guy with a lot of pitches like this, and especially a ground ball pitcher. Not a huge fan of the hold runner, especially with a guy with low control, because when they get on base, they can move on you a little bit. But he had a nice first season. Cool. All right, let's look at his contracts. Anything locked up here? I feel like as an expansion team, probably not, but I'm wrong. We've got some locked up Andy McGeegan. He's been really good, so hard to hate it, except for I'm going to hate it a little bit. First baseman, a lot of money. I don't know. You can find first baseman. You got to find those more critical positions, I think, to throw your money at.
Yeah. That's like a Hall of Fame caliber first baseman.
Right, yeah. And McGeegan's good, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not bad, but is he really worth $28 million?
Right.
Ask yourself that.
Yep. Signed before the 2021 season, so $144 million total contract. Who knows if there's been any he's debbed down a little bit since then. Outside of that, a couple lockups here, but I don't hate these. I mean, these are guys that contribute. So, and I feel like Brad came into a pretty good situation with this team. They've got 20 top 500 prospects. A lot of his team. A lot of the team is young, so I think he could, if he plays it right, really be in contention for quite a few years in a row here.
Yeah, there's a lot to like here.
I think he's definitely a fill I gotta watch out for.
Yeah, we'll get to the Herons here in a second.
Man,
I left
the J division for a reason. Maybe it's coming back to haunt me.
Hey, well, you got your championship, so
yeah.
It's hard to hate the decision when that happens. And were you second last year? You were. So 93 and 69, finishing second place. And yeah, there's a lot of blue paint here on the position rankings map. We've got some guys that have been in the league for a while. 27 years old, excuse me. This is only his 4th season. Feels like Preciado's been around.
When I took him over, they were all really, really good. So I kind of feel like half of these guys I just kind of inherited. But like some of the guys that I drafted and kind of brought in, I feel like I started to make more of an impact for this team.
Yeah, talk it up. What's the look this year?
Yeah, so my lineup, my first 5 guys, I feel like are very strong offensively. They're like Gregorio, Danny, Oscar Montenegro, Brian Glasscock. All of them I feel like they're really good offensively. But after 5 down, 5 to 9, a lot of them are a lot of defensive focused. So I'm kind of worried that my top 5 are never gonna produce. But after that, those 4 are just gonna be low 230s, 220s batting averages, which I'm kind of scared about. But it's a risk you're willing to make.
Yeah, I think if your top 4 are good enough, sometimes they can kind of carry that bottom half. I don't hate that strategy, of the split of defense and offense there in a a sense.
Yeah, most like Jose Sotelo, Jordan Spencer, they're all really good defensively. And I figured since most of my pitchers are ground ball pitchers, which I like, I'm hoping that can help out.
Yep. I will say your pitchers are starting to turn that corner, right? We got 31, 30 years old. These guys have been on the team a long time as well. Miguel Pera here. I mean, we're looking, this is probably what the all-time leader in a lot of categories for your franchise. Ernie Paulus has been here forever too. So, curious to see what your books look like.
He's also on here, Greg Tarver. He's injured right now, but he's going to be back in 5 weeks. And after he goes to the rehab assignment, my pitch rotation is going to be stacked.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely going to have one of the top rotations we've looked at, I think, so far. Without question, actually. I'm curious what you're going to do. $155 million. You're going to have some cap room the next few years for sure. The only guy that's really locked up here is Montenegro.
I got some.
And rightfully so. He's been good.
I think he's Hall of Famer if he keeps producing the way he's producing. Definite Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's turning that corner, right? He's about to be 30 in literally 10 days. He's got to keep producing for sure. So, I think, again, 3 or 4 more seasons. He's at 37 and a half or 38 WAR right now, right? He's got a little red paint in the career, but he's had a really nice career for sure. I don't think he's a shoo-in. I think he'll get votes.
Yeah, I'll get vote. I don't think he's not gonna be first ballot, but
so it's gonna be curious to see what you do with your starting pitching, right? Because you have guys that are expiring here a little bit. Prieto's been on the team a long time; he's expiring. So Tarver's expiring. Contractual decisions to make with some of these superstars.
It looks like Oscar Montenegro has really good stealing bars, but he's only stolen 18 bases last season. I'm curious if you have a team philosophy where you prefer not to risk getting caught stealing.
I do like steal. I'm kind of hard. I kind of like people with speed. I don't mind people being caught. It's not something I really look at in my team, to be honest with you.
Candidly, too, I like to kind of be careful when there's a guy with an injury history of running in too much.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Especially if you're going to be paying him this much, this far into his career, you want him to stay healthy. But let's look at your pipeline. I feel like you've had a really strong system for a long time. Is it still there? It is. It's 23 top 500 prospects. The top end has come off a little bit because they're now on the team, but still a lot of depth.
I want to I kind of want to keep. I don't know if I wanted to rebuild. But I kind of want to keep the core guys that I kind of got when I first started. Then after that kind of goes down, I think then I'll start rebuilding and start a whole new core of guys.
Yeah. You've got a good opportunity. You've just got a lot of directions you can take the team in. A lot of flexibility. You probably know this, but Michael, who we're on the podcast here with, was the original kind of architect of this team. So unfortunately, I'm afraid it's coming for Winston-Salem as well. But it's been a great franchise, and you've taken the reins and done really well with it since you've taken over.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It's actually kind of funny. Your first season was the worst Herons season in a while.
I know, honestly,
and you won the championship.
It's funny because anytime my team, I kind of want them to do good, but also not too good because as you know, normally the top seeds end up getting screwed over in the first round of the playoffs. So I'm let's aim for 88, 89 wins, and I think I'll be solid.
Yep. I actually thought this was cool. I noticed this just nerding by myself at one time, but 115 win season, didn't win the championship. 114 win season, didn't win the championship. 112 win season, didn't win the championship. So maybe that sweet spot is kind of somewhere in the middle. All right, let's take a look at the next team. Anybody want to take a guess?
I have no idea.
I went with Nashville. I was way off. Was it Louisville? Our newest rebrand, the Louisville Thoroughbreds. I'm gonna have to get Chuck's approval here to make sure the colors are right, but everybody else's file probably doesn't have this yet. But yeah, the Thoroughbreds made the playoffs again for the first time in a while. But as we can see, Chuck's been a pretty successful GM, 12 playoff appearances. What are your thoughts on the Louisville Rivermen? Brian McIntosh.
Yeah, he's probably like their best hitter by a decent margin.
Well, he just came in via trade, looks like, this off-season, February. I don't recall what this trade was all about. I'd have to look back.
Maybe it's because he's disruptive in the clubhouse.
Oh, is he one of those? How do you guys feel about disruptive players?
I hate him. I try to avoid him when I can.
I think winning cures all.
Yeah, I don't know. I try
you
to
just gotta have a captain.
Yeah.
I much rather have a lower rated player than a high rated player who's like the worst person ever.
We've had a few bad boys in this league that have had really bad personalities and had okay careers. But looking back on the trade here, so it looks like Louisville sent 4 prospects for McIntosh. And I kind of want to look at those prospects and see if any of them are any good. Cardenas, was that one of them? Let's see. Cardenas, Panzella, Haynes, Henkel. So yeah, a couple top of the 100 guys moved in this deal. Cardenas pretty close to being ready. Panzella looking pretty nice. I like this piece a lot,
I really like
actually.
Panzella.
Yep. So this was a nice trade. I think it was a win-win on both sides. I don't usually break these down, but don't even have to look at the other 2 pieces to feel that way.
See this guy's closer, Ed Pohl? He looks like the GOAT.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
Good bars.
I'm stuck. Who are we on here? Louisville.
The closer, Ed Pohl.
Yeah, thank you. Pohl does look amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen a better closer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the bars, right? The numbers have been outstanding.
You're under 1 on the whip. That's impressive.
Yep. No, he's great. So he's got that back end piece. The rest of his bullpen's pretty good too, honestly. Like, I think he's got a pretty well put together bullpen. He's got 2 lefties in his rotation, which I like. I'm biased because I'm left-handed in real life, so lefties rule.
It's helpful for the playoffs. You can look at like the teams that you're facing and if they did better against lefties or righties, and the parks that you're going to be in.
You have more flexibility, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Ed Pohl's a lefty since we just talked about him. He's got 4 lefties in that bullpen. Scott Castle, I like him as well. I liked his profile. I think he's a third baseman. Again, I don't like 60 range at shortstop. The game disagrees with me. Not really. He was a negative zone rating last year. Negative efficiency. Not negative, but below 1. Beggars can't be choosers, though. If you don't have the guy at shortstop, I guess he's the guy, right? Any other thoughts on the Thoroughbreds?
I think so. They're another team that looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I mean, right, playoff team last year. Let's see if they can build on that this year. shallow system.
They probably traded a lot of it, right?
That's my scout. I shouldn't talk so poorly. OSA loves these guys.
He loves everyone.
Yeah.
There was like 30, 80 potential guys left in the second round of this draft.
I know. It's
crazy.
Yeah.
But that's good. I think that's a welcome change that OSA isn't like
agreed.
Like a genie that can see into the future.
Agreed. Yeah, it should be random. Yeah. Who is number 4? It is Virginia. I bet Virginia was a playoff team last year. Virginia was in the championship game last year. As a matter of fact, in a game 7 in the championship. And this is Andrew's team is an interesting team to figure out. I actually think this is kind of my franchise that I think is going to be towards the top over the next 3 or 4 years, if I had to pick any. I know Daniel's got a really dangerous squad. We just looked at Kansas as well. But I really like the Virginia Rebels a lot. What do you guys think?
Look really deep. I like them a lot. I think the only position player like OSA doesn't like is their catcher, who looks like he's really good defensively. So really good defensive shortstop. Yeah, I don't see any weaknesses on this team, and I think that goes a long way. I think you need not having bad, like worst players is just as important as having elite players.
Yeah, those the top three starting pitchers he's got in rotation are like very, very solid.
Yeah, I like Hickenbottom a lot. I mean, the homer allowed and the control on this guy is just outrageous. And if you look at his stats, pitcher of the year, last year or 2 years ago? Last year. He's led the league in ERA 2 straight years. Look at the whip for a starting pitcher.
He's got another guy, Alan Crow, coming up, who could be like even better than those top 3 guys.
Mikio Horio was his big signing this offseason. This was the international guy, so he's a complete mystery. He could throw his arm out in game 1.
Yeah, those are always risky. A lot of the times they dev down, but I mean, we made it all the way to opening day, and he still looks like he has some pretty solid ratings.
For sure. Well, we're on OSA, right? I mean, what is my scouts? Yeah, scout likes him, so average, But yeah, Roger Snyder's been really good. I think this is maybe the best rotation, maybe tied with
Mexico City.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
I think he's slightly better than mine. Actually, no, I lied. I think he's a lot better than mine. What am I saying?
What's this guy's deal? Why is this guy good? Preston Fifield.
He doesn't even have like a good second pitch. It's crazy.
45 fastball, 20 changeup, 30 splitter, 3.09 ERA. I think I need to tweak some things.
I could be wrong, but I've noticed a lot of guys who have like better movement in HRA, like even though their stuff is like absolute garbage, they don't perform half bad.
Yeah, I'm really liking HRA as a stat line in this version, just not giving up those home runs.
Yeah, I know that was kind of the meta, the last version, to just have like high movement, don't allow home runs. I think they softened it a little bit, but I don't think still think it still plays.
Yeah, because most of my pitchers when I played at Winston-Salem were that, and they did solid, even though my team couldn't hit to save my life.
Yeah, like you guys said, good all-around team here. Let's take a look at the system real quick. Who was the up-and-coming Alan Crow, number 2 prospect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow, look how good he looks. Andrew, feel free to use the free nickname upgrade to change Slick Nick, if you want to. Not saying you have to. Injury history. Nothing much. Just a couple days here and there. Back stiffness. All the same injury. Does that concern you guys?
I don't care about these 2-day ones. Might as well be like a cold.
But they're all back stiffness.
It happens sometimes.
Let's watch it. Let's put a pin in that one. Someone take a note.
He's on the trade block to talk him down.
Sore back.
I don't know about that sore back for 2 days.
Sore back. Excuse me. Yeah, I think he's, again, the reason I've got him, I think, to be a playoff team for the next couple of seasons is the system's deep, the team is young, the team is good. Maybe my favorite in the Fire Conference right now, for sure. And, maybe not the craziest prediction since they just were in the championship game, but I'm going to stick to it. Any last thoughts before we move on?
No, I think this is a great all-around team. They even have a top prospect coming up. I can't find anything that I don't like about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll be in the top of the Topaz for quite a few years.
Yep. Top of the Topaz is looking pretty competitive. Again, I thought the Ruby looked kind of good, but I feel like the Topaz looks a little better.
Yeah, for sure.
Nashville, 5th place last year. And it's been a rough journey in Nashville. Obviously, Cody was the GM for a long time and ran this team and was not super active, just to put it bluntly. Made a couple playoff appearances. Kevin's taken over and he's done a pretty good job. We've got back-to-back playoff appearances for the Blues. I'm trying to think, 5th place made the playoffs last year. That does make sense, though. So, yeah, what do you guys think of what we've looked at so far? Again, all playoff teams last year. What do you think of the Nashville Blues?
I know that they have the... Go ahead. Yeah.
Frank Vaughn looks pretty good, but he's 38 and he's been paid $22 million a year. Oh, until he's age 40. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't like this pitching staff.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
I do have some
pieces.
Yeah, they have some promising up and coming hitters. I don't know that this pitching is enough to make the playoffs again.
Well, I mean, I plan to make the playoffs, and my pitching looks just as good as this. So, I don't know what you're trying to say.
His defense doesn't look half bad.
Yeah.
Maybe there's hope.
Nashville's always kind of been an offensive team, I feel like. I don't know if their park reflects that or not. I guess not. Wow, look at that. It's actually really hard to hit a home run here, which is kind of funny. I feel like the only players I associate with Nashville are first base mashers in the history of their team. That's kind of interesting. I feel like you could almost build a personality around this kind of park. And I'm not sure if Kevin is or not, but again, he won 100 wins 2 seasons ago. He had 80 wins last year. I'm kind of excited to see what he's going to be able to do with this team.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I think, yeah, you could definitely build a team that's just like doubles hitters and steal a bunch of bases would really fit this park.
Yeah, like gap, right? You got to focus some gap players.
Yeah, especially if gap players, in my experience, have high speed, they really like. Although it's just a gap player in like their average speed, then gap is probably like the worst bar that you could possibly like. It doesn't matter, but if they have high speed, I feel like it actually does matter and can actually be productive.
One thing y'all notice in that I look at when I look at this page, we've got a lot of guys in AAA here. And we've got a lot of, a couple of guys on the roster. So reinforcements are not far behind in Nashville.
Yeah.
And again, this is OSA.
But it looks like a lot of hitters, right?
Yeah, more hitters. You're right. I mean, a couple pitchers. Again, they're on the roster already, but some young rookies. Yeah. Yeah. All right, who's next? Let's see. We've got 13 minutes left on the Topaz timer. I think number 6 must be St. Louis or OKC. I bet it's OKC. Oh, I'm wrong. St. Louis, George. And again, got to recognize an OG here. George has been with us since the beginning. What do we think of the St. Louis team? Kind of been a hard-pressed franchise as well. Not a ton of success here for St. Louis. Just 2 playoff appearances in the past, 12 years. Kind of lingering right around that 500 mark.
I don't love the depth on this team, but they do have some, elite players.
The farm system's pretty good, too.
Yeah, I feel like they've always had some really just, top-end players. And not a lot of depth. So that's a good point. Nate McCarthy is really good. He's been in the league a while now, right? 30 years old. I mean, this is another guy, I think, right on the edge of Hall of Fame discussions.
It seems like the majority of their major league roster will be 45 overall or lower players.
Look at the last 3 seasons James Domini's had. 7.6, 10.5, 7.2 WAR.
Yeah, he looks great. Kind of like the Angels when they had Ohtani and Trout was good.
Yeah. Yep. And then you're right, it just kind of falls off after that. I feel like you really could build around these 2 guys though if you can just get super solid defense in these other positions. And I don't hate his defense,
30 too.
Yeah. Josh Kidd, I remember him from he was one of the first players I drafted when I played Winston-Salem.
Not familiar. I may have cut him.
Yeah.
He never turned out like I thought he was going to.
He's still kicking though. I mean, multiple years later. Let's see. I mean, again, I kind of do like the defense here, except for the center fielder. Oh man, just please fix the center fielder. Oh, both your outfielders.
Oh, interesting.
I was really psyched on the defense until I got to those last two guys. I mean, McCarthy has to be out there. He's a premier bat. And then outside of that, if you can get just some defensive outfielders, so you're not giving up a shit ton more runs than you need to because of bad defense, then maybe you don't finish with 70 wins. Maybe you finish with 83 wins or 84 wins. I don't know. That's where I would look to improve this team.
I don't know. Their two best hitters are 30, and I don't know that it helps them to improve by, 10 wins and then get a worse draft pick. I think I would probably, and it's looks like Domini, it's his last year too, so
you're committed to McCarthy though, so McCarthy's not going anywhere. That's true. Yeah,
a big contract. You can still eat half the contract here, right?
Yeah, 50% for sure. Yep. Which one would you rather have long term? Probably right now, Domini. But I bet he's asking $45 million a year.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's got to have some money. I'm sure he's not the most endowed franchise because of the past success. But maybe if you can add here, I mean, you've got the two guys to try to build around. Again, I want to see a better outfield defense, and then try to get in the postseason. That's what I would do, and then I would try to, if you're not there at the deadline, then yeah, try to flip Domini. But
yeah, might as well go for it.
Go for it early. Yeah. Yep. What do you think, Daniel?
I mean, it's not a bad team, but I don't think they're going to finish in the top 3. I'd say they're probably a mid-level team. They're probably 78, 79 wins. Around a 500 team.
Yeah, the division's competitive, so you might be right about that, for sure. Again, a lot of guys in the system here, TBL or AAA. So, the youth is there and playing. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe someone takes a bump, someone devs up. Always rooting for George as, again, one of the OGs. And I'm always rooting for the people who aren't winning to win.
Yeah, it's good for the league.
For sure, yeah. And I'm a Red Sox fan, just like you, and that's how I was raised.
Oh,
until they became good.
Yeah.
Gross.
For a while, we were a real suffering franchise. Now we're just insufferable.
Hey, look at the Mariners suffered for 25 years, and look at it now.
Yeah. If I don't see the Red Sox win this year, I'd love to see the Mariners win, to be honest.
They'll find a way to blow it. They always do.
Well, we were talking about how I follow the Bills earlier, so I feel like it's the same kind of vibe.
Yeah, for sure. All right, number 7, Oklahoma City Outlaws. Reese coming onto the scene here. There's been some turnover for the Outlaw franchise for a minute now. This is technically the most successful franchise in TBL history, sans a championship. 17 playoff appearances, no championships. And last year was the first time they didn't make it in a long time. I think Reese might be intentionally looking towards a rebuild, though. I think it's that time for this franchise.
He's got a lot of good assets he can trade away for some picks.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Brian Marlin. Last year led home runs, average, OBP, and slugging, WOBA, WRC, and WAR.
Wow. Sorry, who'd you say that was, Brian?
Marlin.
You just wrote his trade block post for him.
You would think a guy like that would win the MVP. Oh, he did. Brian Marlin. This is why I'm glad we're doing this podcast, because I did not know Brian Marlin's name, and I should. But yeah, he had a great season. So do you guys think this team has a chance to be competitive this year? I mean, they did win 71 games last year. That could have been just a dip, and they could easily be back up at that 500 level, I suppose.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're going to be good, but they won't be bad.
Yeah, I think they could be borderline. It is a really tough division, but I don't think they're the worst team that we've looked at in this division.
Yeah, I think obviously the pitching lacks compared to some of the top end rotations we've seen. I do like some of the hitters. William Zoll doesn't get enough credit. This guy's been good for a long time. For a catcher. Gets injured too much, unfortunately. Like 5 weeks, 4 months, Not ticky-tacky.
The captain, though, so he can be the team's cheerleader on the bench.
Yeah. I think a couple of them were, maybe I'm wrong, were like right towards the end of the season. Yeah. I don't know. I'm always excited to see what a guy with a new spreadsheet can do. It always makes me think we brought a competitive GM into the league, which is fun. So he's going to challenge. Go ahead. Sorry.
A big spreadsheet guy. Yeah. Anyone who's active or has a spreadsheet or some kind of a system, and great.
Share it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but I'm biased. My minor league system apparently in the top 10 when OTP gave me the 25th, so I'm happy with that.
Exactly. I mean, he had me like third, which, I mean, I don't know if he's trying to suck up, but it's working, and I love it. So I just hope he knows he's opened the expectation that he's going to have to release that update every season now, like on opening day. It's like, what's the ranking? You got to tell us. So, yeah. Or maybe even post-draft every season. So
maybe he could like do a consulting service where he tries to get people to trade in like draft picks. Look at the spreadsheet.
Excuse me. Yeah. No, great idea. Yep. All right, let's take a look at the next team, and then we're going to be ranking them. And we're not going to spend long on this team. We've got 3 minutes left. We're doing good time-wise. Trying to stay 45 minutes to a division here. Milwaukee. No GM right now. I don't know why. This team's great. This team's great. A great rebuild is what I was trying to say. This team has a championship. It needs more respect. At Bob, if you are listening to this, your team's open. Feel free to come back. He's still in our Slack, so hopefully he pops back in. But I do have an interested party. Haven't fully connected with him yet. We'll see if it gets filled soon. It's been pointed out, I think, by Boston Mike that this team has killed it in IAFA because the computer can just kind of draft guys every day. So so he's got a pretty good system going on, and I'm assuming it's a he. It could obviously not be. Yeah, Milwaukee.
Someone could really put their stamp on this team and get full credit if they make them competitive.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming off 60 win kind of seasons, Josh Juarez looks really good. Looks like this guy might be making a debut. Maybe they're gonna. It looks like right now they've got the AI's got him in AAA, which actually is probably smart.
Does AI know about call-up day?
I don't know actually. We'll find out, I guess. Juan Samayoa, another guy that looks pretty good. Second round. So a lot of prospects on this team because it has an unfair advantage right now, which is okay. I feel like we don't need to leave an unmanned team in the dumpster, so people can just deal.
Yeah, not the worst thing.
No. Any thoughts on this abandoned team, or should we just move on?
We can move on.
Yeah, I like that. I like good call. Let's rank them. That's 8 in a row. I mean, not 8 in a row. All 8 teams. Daniel, as the new guest, you want to lead us off with your ranking for your division?
Yeah, hold on. I'm writing. Give me a second. I have a little sticky note.
Oh, no problem. Yeah. And why don't I go? Why don't I go and I'll let you wrap up. You can do the finale.
Cool.
I'm gonna go with my number one this year. I think it's gonna be. Well, I guess I'm not prepared either. I think it's gonna be Virginia. I'm gonna stick to my guns. And then I'm gonna go. Number 2 is gonna be Kansas City. Number 3 is gonna be Huron. And then number 4 is gonna be Louisville. And then I've got Nashville. And then St. Louis. No, I'm sorry, OKC. And then St. Louis. And then Milwaukee. All right, Michael, why don't you go second?
All right, I've got Virginia as well, and then Huron, Kansas City, Nashville, Louisville, Oklahoma, St. Louis, and then Milwaukee.
All right, and bring us home, Daniel.
All right, so I like to be bold. I'm going to change things up here a little bit. So 1, I got Kansas City.
Okay.
2, I got Virginia.
Okay.
Humble.
Yeah, humble.
2 Virginia, 3 Huron. Hey, I'm not biased. 4 we got Louisville. 5 we got Milwaukee.
Wow.
6 we got OKC. 7 we got St. Louis. And then what's the other team I was forgetting? Nashville. Yeah, Nashville. I got 8.
All right. You heard it here. I'm hoping I'm making some division rivalries happen in the moment. Because that was a very different prediction than Michael and I had. So if you disagree with Daniel, make sure to let him know in the chat.
Come on, give it to me. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah. No, cool. All right. We've got 2 divisions down. You guys can tell me if you have any energy to keep going. I'm happy to keep going.
I think I'm down to do one more.
Sounds good. We'll take a quick break here, then we'll come back. All right, we're back for the second conference, the inferior conference, the Ice Conference. And what do you guys feel like doing? Do you want to? Well, Michael, I guess we'll start with your division, the J division, if that makes sense.
Sure. I think one we're both very familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see how familiar. This is test number 2. Who won the J division last year? Denver. Bold answer. First place. Winner, chicken dinner. Denver, Jay, the Dynamite, back to supremacy. 3rd, 2nd, 1st. He's been creeping towards it, and he finally took that crown from Zach and Las Vegas last year. Lost in the divisional championship series. That's kind of been the result every season, unfortunately. Yeah, but what do you think of Jay's team?
Looks great to me. Like
Yeah,
lots of elite talent.
Just won too many games.
Yep. Trade some of those players.
Yeah, Jay's the ultimate. Not the there's a lot of guys who make moves here, but Jay makes a lot of trades. Not afraid to wheel and deal and shuffle guys around. He's got some great pieces, especially Jason Blanc here. This guy's probably a Hall of Famer, I want to say. Even right now, even if he retired at 31. Again, maybe not first ballot right now, but I think he might be by the time he retires. Maybe not. I don't know. Am I overhyping him?
I usually think like 50, over 50, probably deserving. Over 50 WAR, probably a deserving guy, and he's at 54. So.
I don't think he's first ballot, but definitely I think after a few he'll get in.
Yeah, it's just funny. I'm looking deeper at some of his stats, and like offensively, he's not crazy good in a lot of areas, but he just walks a ton, has a great on-base percentage.
His OVP is off the charts, though, leading it 4 times.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, he's been great.
Yeah. Someone call Billy Bean.
I wonder where this kind of ranks too in terms of runs leaders in league history. I'm not gonna look now because I don't remember off the top of my head, but a lot of great pieces on this team though. Blanc is one of them. Actually, I'm unfamiliar with Matt Baraleza here. This guy, in his 2nd season last year, put up 6 WAR. He's got pretty tremendous power. He's a good outfielder. Power that's probably going to grow, I assume. And Paulo Corredora as well. Jay's got a lot of power hitters on this team.
He doesn't really have any weaknesses, but definitely say his batter's definitely a little bit better than his pitchers, but still not bad at all.
Yeah, his shortstop right now is kind of like, in terms of rankings, the worst guy on his team. He's like a jack of all trades, though. He plays every position. So I kind of like this guy a lot. But yeah, no, I agree. Jay builds some strong teams, and I think this team's going to be good again this year. Probably 100 wins. Easy. I don't want to say easy. It's not easy, but probably 100 wins. He still has a few prospects that he'll trade before the deadline.
I forgot I traded him Brian Bowers. I think I traded him for a 4th, and I'm looking at his ERA for Denver, and he pitched a 1.71. Maybe I should ask for a 2nd or a 3rd. Kind of regret it now.
Any thoughts on the Dynamite?
Oh, I think the offense especially looks relentless. I'd expect him to be really good.
Yeah, I haven't. I think he dropped a preview video. I haven't checked it out yet, but I plan to. Always has a great preview every year, so looking forward to that. Yeah, yeah, for sure. He's got so many good pieces. So hard to look at them all. I mean, we should talk it. Sobieski has been killing it for a while now. Is that really his second season? I don't know this league at all. No, it's not. Thank God. It's rehab. Okay. Thank you. Sobieski, Worthen. He's got a great rotation. So.
Yeah, great team all around. They best team in the league, you think?
Well, let's see. What do you think of the Las Vegas High Rollers? Zach has been AFK this offseason. He's on his honeymoon. I guess we'll give him a pass. Hopefully he's having a great time. But he's been, I think, the GM to beat over the last 5 seasons if you had to do kind of like a window of that time. And these two GMs have kind of been back and forth. Again, you know, both these teams have won over 100 games 3 straight years. I think Las Vegas has won 100 games how many straight years now? Like
7 straight years for the High Rollers.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oops. So, yeah. What do you guys think this team's going to look like this year? I've seen some names from his past teams on other teams this year, so he hasn't re-signed everybody. But he still looks pretty freaking deep.
Yeah, I think he looks really good. Lots of elite talent on both sides of the ball. Lots of great hitters. I think the thing that stands out is the most unique to me is how many like elite relievers that this team has. Seems like it could really shorten some games.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's unquestionably the best bullpen in the game, and I think nobody we look at beyond this will be better than this. All these guys could be the closer for their team. Round 12 pickup, huh? That's nice. Round 21. His scouting and development budget's probably $5 million, right? After that conversation earlier. It's not $30 million. I'm not gonna say. Not gonna say it. Yeah. No, his team's gonna be sick again this year. It's really a matter of like RNG if either of these guys have an off season. I think. I don't think his rotation's as good as Denver's, although he has some really nice pieces.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Jamie Cremine. This guy could be the future. He has an extensive workout regimen and is sharp as attack. His teammates have great respect for him. Fifth round pick. Good drafting. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more guys like acquired, because I know Zach's also a very savvy trader, and I'm sure, of course, Christian Laredo, the best player in the league, I think.
And he is at 170 million in salary for this season, so maybe he just didn't have room to add people.
Yeah.
It could be why he's not re-signing people too.
What do you think? Is Laredo of good value at this price tag? I mean, he's the best player in the league, but $50 million a year.
What was his WAR last year?
Last year,
5.6.
Yeah.
I would say no. If I'm gonna pay someone like this, I want him to be like an elite center fielder or shortstop or.
salaries, Laredo's what he's building around for the next 5 years, like without a doubt. Zach goes hard on the team options too. Just noticing that. We should give Jason Bassett some love. This is a 2-time MVP. He is only 29 years old. He is, again, future Hall of Famer? I think he's probably a lock at this point, just for the short work he's done. I don't know. I'm kind of a softie. I vote for a lot of guys.
He's an impending free agent.
He is. And, again, let's just look at that salary situation. I mean, he's got a gap to do something next year. He's locked up in 2024 with something. Looks like a lot of arbitration starts to come due on these younger players, so he'll have decisions to make in 2 seasons. But
wonder if he'll be tempted to like lower the development budget, go for it. I don't know. What's his? Does he have like prospects that are worth having a high development budget for right now?
He's got a number 91 is his highest prospect. He's got 13 top 500 guys, so kind of an average system, I'd say.
I guess that could go both ways though, because high dev budget, you get like the 12 round prospects that end up deving up randomly.
I mean, so he's got a lot of guys coming of age right now, right? He's another lineup that's not set right now. He hasn't exported yet. So we don't know what his opening day lineup is, but spring training anyways, he's got a handful of guys that are up there right now. So some of these guys might make the roster. Excuse me.
One of his prospects, Bill Sims, I like him a lot. Ground ball pitcher, 9,800 miles per hour potential.
Yeah, OSA hates him. But my scout likes him too. OSA thinks he's a 45. Trade with Denver, 12-20. So these two enemies not afraid to swap players.
Like he's torn his elbow twice.
Let's see that. All right, any last thoughts on the High Rollers?
Great team. Probably one of the best ones we looked at. I think it could be between them and Denver.
It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, let's hope they eat each other alive again this year, right? The J division sure is a fun division. Who's number 3? I feel like the Gremlins had a really great season. They sure did. Jeremy and the Galveston Gremlins. He's done a good job with this team, and I'm going to be honest, I don't remember exactly what season Jeremy joined. Ooh. But he's been here for a few seasons now. Yeah, about 500-600 games, so about 4 seasons. Let's go look at the Gremlins' history here. They made the playoffs last year, 89-win team, and he's really taken this team from a dumpster fire to a winner. Maybe hasn't gotten enough credit. I mean, we're talking about 20 game leaps the last 2 seasons.
49-113 in 2019. Yikes.
Yeah, that's before he took over. Well, again, not before. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he took over after this 80-82 win team went into an instant rebuild, but has come out and was really, I feel like, one of the surprises of the league in 2021 in terms of results. There with Kansas City. Let's find him. Thoughts on this team?
I don't love them. I think maybe they got a little lucky last year.
I mean, I don't hate their pitching staff, but it's not. I don't think it's top tier.
Yeah, my scout doesn't have a single pitcher on their staff that's over 50 overall.
But then again, looking at their stats, they're honestly, I think they're better than what their overalls say they are.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, I see Robbie Shepard's kind of a work in progress still, even though he's been in the league for a while. I don't know why. I hate that guys take this long to develop sometimes. Like a guy could be 28, 29 years old in his fifth or sixth season and still just be like 5 points off. It's just like just take the potential away, okay? He's not going to get there. Why are you showing me a 5-point difference? Sorry, pet peeve, but yeah, pitching's not great. I want to like this guy more than he's shown, but he's not been great. Winston-Salem guy here, traded
Yeah, just traded him.
Yeah. Yep.
The number 1 prospect now.
Did great in AAA, and yeah, we'll see if he can have a good first big season.
I really like his eye. I think he could definitely be like a. He has a 394 on base percentage so far in the majors.
I like to see his stolen bases up a little more though, for having that speed.
And he's a switch hitter who like can crush righties, so he has like the good split to have.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we'll see if he can have a big season this year. I mean, that's definitely the big bad on the team. Sinfield's pretty good. We get to meet the team here. Malik Knowles, 11th in the league. He's been here for a while. This has kind of been the franchise cornerstone of the Gremlins. An average career, right? He's not going to be retired or anything like that, but excuse me, he might be retired by the Gremlins, but he won't be a Hall of Famer. Jesus Amador, apparently the third best third baseman. I'm not sure I really like this guy's bars, but so anybody else worth looking at? Got 11 top 500 prospects, a pretty average system.
My scout doesn't like their system at all.
Yeah, I mean he's ranked 25th out of 32 teams. He's only got two top 100 guys. Like, obviously, this list is kind of janky. It only counts top 100 prospects, but yeah, I don't know. You're right. He had a really great season last year. I could definitely see this team regressing. I feel like every year, right? What 14 teams make the playoff, and I feel like of those 14 teams, it's roughly 5 to 6 new teams every year. So I could see this team dropping off and someone else dipping in. But hey, Jeremy, if you're listening to this, Fuel to the Fire. Hopefully, you have a great season and prove me wrong. Right? Any last thoughts from you guys?
I don't think so. I mean, I think there's a pretty big drop off compared to the previous 2 teams we looked at. But I can see this team going either way.
Yeah, I hope Victor Rodriguez and DJ Lord go off, because that would be fun to see too.
Yeah.
Some Salem guys go off.
For sure.
DJ Lord the best.
And we do have to remember we're in the Ice Conference, so all Galveston really has to do is not play up to Denver or Las Vegas's level, but just beat the other, 14 teams. And there's some really bad teams, I feel like, in this conference. So, like Winston-Salem, which we'll get to.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
All right, on to the next one. Number 4, I think Tampa had a pretty nice run towards the end, maybe just missed the playoffs. I don't know why I have such a good memory of how the J did last year. And I proved myself wrong, as was saying that. I sounded confident, which is what you have to do sometimes. Fort Collins? Chat? Nope, 6th. Going in the wrong direction here. Who are we missing? Back to the standings. Somebody's being insulted. New Orleans, the Mudcats, of course. Ryan. How could we forget the Mudcats? They've been a great franchise, and I think maybe going in the opposite direction. Finally, after a long streak here, we're talking 5, 6, 7, 9 straight years making the playoffs. But each year we're kind of creeping closer to that 500 level. Might be looking to go into rebuild mode soon. I think I saw Jamie Founts was gone, and I feel like he's been in New Orleans forever, but maybe that was 2 seasons ago. Yeah, I'm out of touch. That was 2 seasons ago, but that was kind of big when he lost Founts last year. What do you guys think of the Mudcats?
I think he's already got a good spot. He's got a lot of good young pitchers in John Barnes and John Williams that, if they develop, they look like studs.
Yeah, I think they've got good depth. I don't think they have some of the elite talent that we looked at for other teams, but they have some young guys coming up that could maybe, make a big impact.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think. I mean, they're similar to who's the other team we looked at? I think Virginia. That just wasn't like. There wasn't a ton of top end talent there, but all around they had strength at a lot of positions. I like the lineup here for the most part, and I think there's some good defense here as well. Dilworth has been really good over the last few years. Probably nice to mention him. Obviously just a first baseman profile, but good OBP, hitting for average.
Yeah, great bars.
Mike Long, I think he's one of the better center fielders in the league, in my opinion. He's serviceable enough at the plate, but plays great defense. He's fast. But yeah, again, I think the Mudcats are kind of a fringe team at this point.
I think they'll sniff the playoffs. I don't think they'll get in though, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think they might sneak in. I think they have a really good defense up the middle, and that goes a long way.
Yep. We will see. All right. On to the next one. That has to be the Tampa Bay Cannons. And this is John. John is, I think, a kind of a newer GM to the online league experience. He's been with us now, I think this is into his 2nd season. Oops. Excuse me. Little bug in my throat. Yeah, 165, 135 games, so we're just under 2 seasons here. What do we think of the Cannons? There's some nice pieces on this team, it looks like, at least ratings-wise.
Yeah, they look surprisingly good to me.
Wow. Really good, ratings-wise.
They had a weakness that might be like their rotation, but they do have what I think are three really good relievers at the back end of their bullpen, and their offense looks fantastic. Elite talent, deep.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of the more surprising teams I've looked at. I knew they've been good the last few years. They've been hanging around. Let's look at the team history again. Missed the playoffs last year, but again above 500. But look at this team; they've been above 500 for 4 straight seasons. So they've had the talent's been here. I think this team's kind of been flying under the radar as a good franchise. Like really, looking back in 2014, this has been 2013. This has been a pretty successful franchise.
I think if they got a good enough bullpen to where if they hook their starting pitchers early enough, I think they're going to be a pretty good team.
Is Nick Stockett the best center fielder in the TBL? This guy looks great in terms of his defensive ratings. He's got a nice bat. He's got speed, and he's putting up the actual
really
statistics. 3 straight Gold Gloves in center field.
Yeah, his zone rating is through the roof.
Yeah.
Did strike out. He does strike out a lot. He struck out 200 times last year, 293 the year before, 271 the year before that. It looks like his offense is trending in the wrong direction. It's actually trending down. Every season he's been in the majors, it looks like it's gone down.
I'm really surprised too, because I've got him with pretty good I rating. I do see his avoid Ks is low. I just noticed that.
I mean, such great defense though that I don't think that it matters.
Agreed. No, I'll take this guy any day. I mean, he sets your team up. I was just gonna look at his. I mean, his corners are good enough too. I'm sure it's super hard to get a hit in the outfield. John Johnston could be a center fielder. He's playing him in right field, and he's putting up great WAR. So I love Tampa's outfield, and I'm gonna say I actually like this team almost as much as Denver and Las Vegas, minus the pitching.
They're a pleasant little surprise.
Anything in the pipeline? Their top prospects in AAA. He's still a ways away. Looking forward to saying his name, Adam Vanden Heuvel. That'll be a good one
for
the stream.
Hope they make the playoffs. Be good to announce that.
Yep. Joe Phillips. Gonna be a rookie this year, looks like. So cool. Any last thoughts on the Cannons?
I really like them.
Pretty solid team.
I think that brings us to the Roosters, and this is Chad, the manager of the Roosters. Another newer GM who has some freedom to take this team in a couple directions. Only 50 games or so under his belt. So this is going to be his first full season here in 2022. What do we think of the Rooster squad right now?
Looking at his, I think his team screams defense wins championships. Just looking at his shortstop and his second baseman. Look at his shortstop, Edwin Tellez, 80 rating second base, 70
Yeah, he's definitely quality, for sure.
10.9 zone rating. Pretty good. Pretty solid.
Was he exported? Who's his starting center fielder?
Oh, that's a great question. He is not exported yet, so actually I haven't refreshed yet, but let's see. No, he hasn't exported yet. So I'm not sure. Let's take a look at his overall organization here. Lineups. His outfield. It looks like his best players here are Ben Reeve, who looks like a corner guy. We've got maybe Svendung Hansen in center field. I'd say he's kind of an average guy. Looks like a trade with Denver.
Is that a good nickname?
Sweet Swinging. Yes.
I think this team has some solid depth. They might have like the top end talent, but I could see them being another borderline team fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I don't hate this signing. You got Adam Siebold for $10 million a year, who sucked last year, but I mean he's had good production in past seasons. So if that was a fluke, it could be worth it. Must have an injury history. Oh, he does. Damn. Maybe I don't like the signing as much, but yeah, again, new GM, kind of like to see what the money situation is. He obviously inherited some of this. Maybe he signed some of these guys. He's kind of locked into his contracts for the next 2 or 3 years, unless he finds some creative trades out there. Carlos Valencia is his main commitment, and this doesn't look like a great commitment, unfortunately. Yeah, signed prior to the 2021 season. Ugh, that sucks. So that's going to be something to overcome. Ken Stavola.
I don't like this guy either.
Nope. So really, I think the best thing Chad can do is kind of the strategy we talked about. Try to sign somebody, ship off free agents on 1-year deals, or some of these guys on 2-year deals you can probably flip as well, right? Chacon, maybe Richter, Blake Boyle. Yeah, I mean these guys would flip. Blake Boyle looks okay. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely a rebuild situation, though. Don't you guys think?
But at least I'd give it 2 months, see how they're doing, and then if they're as bad as they expect, as I guess we expect, then maybe tear it down, see what you can get.
Hey, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Preseason predictions. Again, these are without the opening day exports pulled. I'm gonna pull them again on Sunday, but has them over 500. So what do I know?
I mean, they have me at 500. So
hey,
I don't know how accurate those are.
You never know.
I do know.
Don't trust those.
It's got me being good and Chris being bad, so it's doing something right. It's got people from last year being good again here. These are kind of accurate-ish. But you're right. They won't be the final results. Let's take a look at his system. Let's see what Chad's got to work with here in the future. Hey, he's got some of the top prospects in the game. Loie Lucassen, quite a ways away. Rafael Cabrera is a international free agent signing from 2021. So I'm not sure. I don't think he had anything to do with that. I think it was the previous GM, but nice to have that gift. Yeah, Brock Davis is right there. Jimmy Bay is right there. In terms of guys that'll be ready to go for the club. Any thoughts, guys, on the Fort Collins Roosters?
I kind of like Raul Estrada, their number 1 pitcher currently. He's kind of an example of what movement HRA will get you. 65 movement, 70 HRA.
Yeah, He's got a super interesting profile. I'm glad you pointed him out. Lefty. I like his natural nickname. That's super important as well. No, this guy's cool. Yeah.
To be honest, he might be a guy that I might target.
You heard it here first, folks, on the TBL podcast. All right. Yeah. Any last thoughts on the Roosters?
No, I don't think so.
Number 7 must have been Durham, right? The Durham Dragons. Charles, another new GM. We had some turnover in 2020, and a lot of it was in this division. Let's take a look. Charles has been with us for, God, I'm so bad at math, at this time of night. 2 seasons, about 2 full seasons. So we can kind of see what his direction is maybe at this point, if there is one. The financials are in dire straits, I'll say that. So let's just pull up the salary page right now. Looks like he has got this Taiwanese player that he signed a few seasons ago. I think this predates him. Making a lot of money, but expiring after this year. Or at least hopefully Charles declines that arbitration.
So you see the home runs, like, oh, he might be worth it. And you look at his average, no BP, and you're like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, he is hitting the home runs, but you're right. Not the trade-off you're looking for. Jose Garcia is locked up for a long time. This guy looks okay. Rusty Raymond, another guy, kind of looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks like he was just signed before the 2021 season. Kind of expensive contracts for those profiles, I want to say. But not terrible players.
This is my rival, right?
Durham and Winston-Salem. From what I understand, you guys are heated rivals.
Cup.
Yep. For the heart of North Carolina.
Yeah. Me and the Durham owner got at it a couple times. It was kind of fun, honestly.
Any thoughts, guys, on this team?
Well, I think this is the first team we've looked at where I'm confident that they probably aren't going to make the playoffs. As far as in this division.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of heavy climbing to do. This franchise has been in disarray for a while, so it's going to take a full rebuild and some real concentration on how to approach it to turn it around, I think. It's funny to think that this organization has 2 championships early on. Used to be the Atlanta Smashers, but it's been a long time since we've seen. Well, we've never seen the Durham Dragons in the postseason.
You do have a top-ranked farm system. At least OSA thinks they're top 3.
Yeah, that's some good news. There's actually a ton of top 100 prospects here, right? And my head scout actually likes a lot of them too. Looks like their top 2 prospects are both at the TBL level. Charles hasn't set his lineup yet, so we don't know what it's going to look like finally, but they're up in spring training, so must be getting close. Everybody else is kind of a ways away at the moment, but
yeah.
But you're right. No, there's definitely some hope here.
Yeah, help is on the way
for sure. And This is on my list of GMs I'm rooting for. Well, he's new, so he can suffer for a while, but always, always rooting for a rebuild. All right, who do we have next? Just one more team, right, Michael?
Is there?
Sorry, I don't know why it's funny.
Yep.
You've taken on an extreme challenge here in trying to turn around the the Winston-Salem Camels, historically bad franchise, but now with apparently the number one farm system.
That's what I like. I like my historically bad franchises.
Yes, yeah. Let's take a look at that franchise. I don't even know how many GMs have run this team. Daniel's one of them. It's been a few. But their best season was 74 wins in 2017.
We didn't lose 100 games last year. That's progress.
It is progress, yeah. 99 under that total. If you look at the blueprint here, Kansas City was really just as bad as you were, if not worse. 434 win percentage. Nope, definitely better than you. But I still think, the blueprint's there. One franchise turned it around. I think you're the next to have
kind of similar
appearance.
To Huron when I took them over.
That's true. Huron was pretty bad when you took them over, going back to their history. And then out of nowhere, you just had a 50 win increase.
Yeah, I got lucky with some free agents, but also a really good farm system that I inherited. I think it was like the second ranked when I took over.
Yep. So yeah, let's look at your team this year. Let's not dwell on the future because we'll be talking about you soon enough. What do you think of your team this year? Anybody worth talking about?
The only guy that's really worth talking about is Jeff Bass or Bass. Probably Bass. One of my hitters. I really like this guy. He can play a million positions. He's got decent hitting bars. He's a captain. 80 stealing ability. I think he's a fun little player. He's one of my first prospects to make the majors. So
yeah, I like his profile a lot. You're right. He's got all the hitting bars are kind of just there, not outstanding, but there. Speed. He's got great personality, great defense. Plays outfield and the infield.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, you've got him running.
Yeah. And that's about it. I did sign 2 free agents in last sim. I think it was Nick Tabor and Tony Angelo that I'm look like some decent starting pitchers. So
yeah, Tabor. The ERA hasn't been there the last few years, but he's been pretty good. Actually, had a pretty good season last year.
That's like Roy Bell. He looks he's gonna be a great guy. Great pitcher.
Roy Bell.
He's anyone. Yeah, I think he's a prospect. Anyone worth. Jeff Bass is the only prospect I've called up.
Oh god,
all my
damn,
other
look
ones
at this
are
prospect list. 30 top 500 prospects. Roy Bell. Yeah, it does look pretty nice. Wow. Your 9th best prospect, Roy Bell. Yeah. Eric Yoder, 11-month injury. That sucks for the number 1 prospect in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he was injured when I traded for him. I like to trade for distressed assets and try to buy low on them.
Yep.
And he wasn't ranked the number 1 prospect when I traded for him. So.
You share Mexico City's concepts.
Yeah.
Daniel Clayton, number 4 top prospect. Yeah, I mean, 10 top 100 guys. And you're stealing looks at My Head Scout, which really likes
screenshot.
All of them, unfortunately. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, you're gonna be good soon. I'm glad I put you in the Jade. Have fun with Jay, and have fun with Zach, and have fun with the rest of these guys who are all trying to dethrone them.
I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, I had some good guys that was it DJ Lord that I was able to trade for that pitcher that I like, that prospect. It was Eric Yoder, who's he's hurt, but he's supposedly the number one prospect.
Yep.
And I have experience in either league with prospects getting hurt long term and deving up as they were injured and unable to pitch. So I'm hoping that I see a similar result here.
Yeah, no, I've seen it happen before. I know what you're talking about. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a lefty. That's really sexy. I mean, if this steps in, we're going to be talking about him as a multi-pitcher of the year kind of candidate. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I just didn't think DJ Lord was going to fit the kind of time frame of when this team would be competitive. I think even calling up Jeff Bass is probably stretching it. I think maybe this team is like 2 years away from being good.
Well, if anybody's listening to the podcast, there's only one thing that should be taken from all this. Never trade with Zach. Never trade with Jay. Never trade with Michael. Let's rank the J. Let's rank the J division and see what we think here. You want me to go first? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, okay. Daniel, what do you got?
All right, so number 1 we got Denver, 2 we got Vegas, 3 we got Galveston, 4 we got Tampa, 5 New Orleans, 6 Fort Collins, 7 Durham, and 8 Winston-Salem.
All right, Michael, I'll let you finish off. It's your conference, division.
Okay.
I've got Las Vegas hopscotching back. We'll go Denver number 2. I've got Tampa number 3. I've got New Orleans number 4, Galveston 5, Winston-Salem 6. I've got Fort Collins 7, and I've got Durham 8.
All right. And I've got Denver first, Las Vegas second, Tampa Bay third, New Orleans fourth, Galveston fifth, Fort Collins sixth, Winston-Salem seventh. This is finally the year we put Durham back in their place, and Durham's going to be 8th place. I don't know who the Durham GM is, but I'm trying to stir up some shit with them. So.
Yes, Charles, you hear that? The gauntlet's been thrown down.
I hope you're listening, Charles. We're coming for you.
The unofficial rivalry of the Tobacco Cup. So I'm kind of disappointed that the loser bracket idea didn't pass, because I think those two franchises could have been good enemies for a while.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's we've been going for a while. There's one more division left. Let me know if you have the stamina to go on. We're gonna pause it here, and you can let me know off mic, and we'll wrap the night up. right, we're back. One more division to go. We've got the Sapphire. And I think the Toronto Griffins, Thane, winning it last year. Thane's another GM. He's done a really good job since he's been here. Took over a really bad situation in New York and has turned that into a perennial winner. Hated some of the trades he's made personally, but that's not saying they were bad trades. I forget who he traded to San Diego, but I really hated it.
First thing I gotta mention looking at this team is look at Nick Henson.
Yeah,
man, this guy is holy macaroni.
He's the award will be named the Nick Henson Award when he retires, most likely.
Yeah, jeez.
7-time Pitcher of the Year. Somehow, 7-time Pitcher of the Year, 6-time All-Star. Do the math on that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, I'm blown away by this guy. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher this good in any time I've ever played out of the park. Man.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. And traded with Philly, Bobby's ultimate sin. This is like trading the babe. You'll never get over this. You're cursed forever. I'm telling you right now, you hate to hear the commissioner say that, but you're cursed forever.
What was on the other side of that trade?
Oh, man. I don't know. He got an okay return, but not as much as you should get for a guy like this. He's the greatest.
Yeah. What, leading the league 6 times a year?
I can't, honestly, I could never trade a guy like this. I just couldn't do it. I would rather just go down with the ship.
I mean, what stage was Toronto in a win-now situation at that time when they traded him? Or
Toronto, I feel like this is what turned Toronto around, candidly. We got to look back here. I mean, I guess Toronto had just kind of come off a winning season, right? Yeah, Toronto's won a couple seasons in a row. So, yeah, Toronto was in build mode. So this was a great move for Toronto. It was Philly that I just didn't get the move for, because Philly, I feel like, was also winning at that time. And I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know. Philly might be close to coming back and being back at that point where they're competing again, but I just look at this, how many strikeouts this guy has in a year.
Yeah. Again, leading the league in K9, what, 7 years?
He almost had 400 strikeouts this season.
Jeez. And nearly pitching 200 innings every year.
Yep. So, yeah, not to hate, but some of the best players in our league have been traded, and I hate it every time. Nick Henson got traded. There's a guy named BJ Swart. You can look him up. I'm not sure how long if you recall BJ Swart's dominance in this league. There's been a few guys that have gone that I'm just like, why do you want to trade that guy? So, anyways, we spent way too much time on Nick Henson, or maybe not enough time because he's so great. But
who else has he got here?
Oh, I'm on Philly. My bad.
Got a lot of those movement HRA guys.
Yeah, I don't hate his rotation. Nick Henson's a lefty too, by the way. Sorry.
I mean, honestly, definitely his 2 and 3 are definitely a step below Nick Henson, but they're not bad. What, 3? Yeah, and Mando Sutton's actually not half bad, honestly. Looking at his 3.5, 3.6 ERA on average the past 4 seasons.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been playing for Nashville, so this is a free agent signing. So good point out on this one. $40 million over 2 years. I don't hate it. It's hard to find starting pitching. So some addition to the 100-win Toronto Griffins here. Not sure if they lost anybody this offseason, but looks like we've got a couple new guys in the rotation with Bobby Kahn as well.
He has Jose Vincio in the rotation right now, but I don't think he will stay that. He's only got 35 stamina, but another one of those movement HRA guys.
Lineup. This is one of the best lineups in the TBL. Some of the top-end talent, best top-end talent is here. Huang, this guy's been super good since Toronto paid for him. And this was one of those guys that just came over, naked. He had no background on if he was going to be good or not. And Toronto paid up, and it paid off. $213 million over 5 years, and this is on year 5 now. So 8.5, 7.3, 8.4 WAR seasons. You can't really replicate that.
No.
He's been really, really good. And he just extended him for 5 more seasons at almost $40 million a year. So he's committed to him going forward, which could be a problem because, I assume some of these guys are going to want to get paid too pretty soon.
Yeah, it's definitely win now for Toronto.
Yep. So Huang was the 2018 MVP, Reyna the 2020 MVP here. And this guy looks really great as well. Travis Eaton has been really good, was the 2021 MVP. Do we really have 3 different Toronto Griffins winning the MVP in the last 4 seasons? That's crazy.
Travis Eaton nearly had the triple crown.
Yeah, real close. Just missed it. 330 average. So yeah, 3 MVPs in the lineup. An okay catcher. Defensive bars aren't that great, but just all around pretty good.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win over 100 games.
Yeah, yep. This is the scary team of the Sapphire. Going on to, let's look at the system real quick, and then we'll go on. Not a lot in the top 500. They do have the number 11 prospect. So a couple guys in AAA, so reinforcements right on the doorstep. But yeah, going to be a good team. Going on to the next team, it's going to be the Somerville Moneyline, I'm assuming. This team got second place last year, kind of a late season collapse, letting Toronto sneak by.
I'm not going to lie, I feel really bad for Somerville. Look at all those years they made the playoffs and they haven't won. They just have the worst playoff luck, I swear.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, this is one of those teams. So OKC, if you remember, had 17 playoff appearances. So it's these 2 teams that kind of have been real close. Somerville's actually gone even further than OKC because Somerville's been to the championship a couple times and even lost, I think, in 7 games. So yeah, JR's been super close. And JR is an OG, so credit where credit is due. He's been here since the beginning, which I appreciate. What do you think of his team?
Their pitching looks like it's a lot better than their hitting. They got a solid back of the end of their bullpen. Adam Skipper, Tim Snyder, both very solid options. You got a solid 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I love this kind of profile. 101 mile per hour pitching.
Most of the back end pitches are like those 2 strong pitches. All their guys pretty much have, and I like that, honestly. Justin Anderson's control is 40, but if you got 2 pitches, like Anderson with 75, 80 out of fastball, 75 slider, honestly, that's definitely good enough for him to be a setup man or even a closer.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes those ratings don't make a lot of sense. This guy looks really good. Just look at the numbers. Limited innings he's put up over the last few years. Yep, no, his pitching's really good. A big thing, I feel like he always has a pretty good defense as well. Yeah, he's got some good defensive pieces. He knows how to build a team. He's not afraid to let everybody know that he is a good drafter by trading away his first-round pick for 6 through 13 and confidently saying he'll get more value out of those other picks. So he's been really good. There's nothing you can say about JR except for he's got to win that championship at some point. 10 straight postseasons. Let's look at the front office real quick. Don't really love that he's locked into so many guys here. But again, he proves me wrong pretty much every season. So we'll see how it plays out. And he's got a decent system. One top 10 player here, Tim Hart. And 20 guys in the top 500. So I expect strong results from JR again this year.
Yeah, solid team, solid system. I like it.
Number 3, I'm not sure who that was. I want to say New York, since they won the championship. New York, our TBL champions. Who saw it coming? Not me. 88-74 win team. I don't think we've had a lot of champions under 90 wins, but
I say if you have around 80, 85, 88 wins, you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, actually, I guess I'm lying. You were a champion with 84 wins.
Yeah,
so.
with 84.
Yep. Yeah, what do we think of JG's team?
Honestly, this might be an unpopular opinion, but just kind of looking generally at his team, I mean, he's not a bad team, but I'm kind of surprised he won the World Series. No offense taken.
I think he's surprised he won. I don't think he was expecting to make that run against Denver and Las Vegas and whatever. I forget who he passed, but he knocked off some big boys.
Got hot at the right time. Yeah, because I don't really see any superstar players besides Mike Zalewski. I mean, led that league in average last year, OBP, very solid player. But outside of that, I mean, you got a lot of everyday players, but I don't see any superstars. I mean, Rick Reinhardt's pretty good, but I wouldn't know if I'd call him a superstar.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. I think this is one of those teams that, kind of like what we just looked at with Somerville. They're just really well-rounded. They've got a lot of talent in a lot of places. But just not like the best talent, with the exception of Zalewski, who is a superstar. This guy's like super, super good. Borderline Hall of Famer. He's got to keep doing it. But, I mean, he's still an 80 overall, so he might still keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Bullpen looks pretty good.
Oh, Juan Valenzuela.
At least the back pieces.
Very well.
Yeah. Gary Geertz.
He was my club.
Valenzuela.
I remember I traded Valenzuela to. I don't remember who I traded him to. I think it looks like Vegas. I think I got like 2-3 first-round picks for him.
Yep. That looks like he's only 29 still. Long history in the league already.
How many saves does he have?
Oops.
155.
Yep. Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I mean, they look like they did last year. They look like they're a borderline playoff team. And if you get in, it's like, I'm a poker player, right? It's a chip in a chair, right? So you get in, you get a chance.
I wouldn't be surprised they made the playoffs, but I think I'd be surprised if they made it deep.
Let's look at the front office real quick. Salukie's tied up as he should be. I don't hate that, even though he's 32. Pay that man. Pay that man his money. Sadler led the league in losses last year. That's interesting. Yeah, contract situation's okay, I guess. And the system is barren. I mean, we're not just talking about top 500 prospects. He doesn't even have 27 prospects. So, could probably use a little visit to free agency, candidly, and just build some depth into his system a little bit. I'm not going to go through his minors and look, but just looking at this screen, I can tell there's probably not a lot of depth there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Stone looks like he's kind of close. This guy looks pretty good. It's OSA. All right, any thoughts on...
Like his,
sorry.
My scouts didn't really like his pitching prospects. Like the top one I got, Gonzalez, I only got him at a 45.
For New York?
Yeah.
I don't even see Gonzalez. Gonzalez, I don't see him.
Oh, he's the he's the number 1 pitching prospect for New York. Tony Gonzalez, AA.
I don't know why it's not showing up on my thing. Let me type this name.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Wait, is it?
He's the number 1 pitching prospect?
Wait. Oh, let me look at your screen real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
Buffalo Stampede. Well, no, it's not him. I have him on the Rochester Rockets. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't upload the newest file. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see him listed as a top prospect though. But doesn't matter. What are your thoughts on? Any last thoughts on the champs here?
Solid, not a bad team. And I feel bad saying it, but I definitely think they got lucky. I think they'll be a fringe team in the playoffs. I think they'll sneak in there.
I would be surprised if they make the playoffs. It's going to be tough. They've got enough superstar talent where they could get carried in. But I think JG should be happy he got his championship because I don't think he's a favorite to repeat at all. Who's number 4? I have no idea beyond this point. It's all a blur. Montreal is number 4. And
I haven't been in the playoffs since 2009.
Yeah, this is Josh's team. Josh hasn't been captain of the machine for too long, a couple seasons now. He was actually a Huron Herons GM. He's the missing key. So between Michael, he actually has a championship back in 2017, I think, with the Herons. Let's take a look here. Yeah, 2015, I believe Josh was running the Herons when they won that championship. So yeah, let's see what he's done with Montreal, a much more challenging kind of rebuild.
I like Sam Burke. Look at those contact stats. not your prototypical first baseman though, but hey, if he can hit like that.
Yeah, he had a decent season last year. I wonder if this is an injury-riddled team. It kind of looks like it is. Sam Burke playing 90 games last year. Kareem Burke, the catcher, who's also looking really good, playing 60 games last year. And these aren't like rookies. They've been up for multiple years. 130 games from Lopez, Canto. So... pitching staff doesn't look amazing. Looks serviceable. Got a lefty leading things off in Robert Alvarado. And he's the ace of the future. $20 million a year for the next 3 years. Feels more like a 2 or a 3, so...
Yeah, I mean, he had an okay season last year, but now it's spectacular.
Right, yeah. So I'm feeling like Montreal just doesn't have much depth right now, and...
Oh, he only pitched 2 innings last year.
Oh, wow. Fascinating.
But if you look at like his when he 2016, 2017, 3.87 ERA, 3.8.
Yeah,
so you're not bad.
Look at the injury history: 7 months, 8 months, 2 to 3 months.
Oh, jeez.
So we may not see much of Mr. Alvarado, and yeah, that's a tough contract. Take a look at the salaries here for Montreal. We've got some tough contracts here. So I think this is definitely a rebuild situation for Josh. If he's got the finances, which he does, he's got some money, free agent money left over. I would sign some 1-year contracts and again try to get some value at the deadline for some players. Build up that farm system. I think he's in a predicament. I don't see him being competitive right now.
And his team isn't young either.
No, he's in a really tough middle spot. And this team's been bad for a long time, which, like, someone, since Josh is the GM, hopefully Josh, just needs to rip this thing down, like, tear the Band-Aid off and just destroy it all. Because, just look at the system. I mean, a good system here. So maybe this is really kind of part of the strategy. Maybe he's trying to suck right now and keep getting a couple more high picks, and pretty soon that core will be up. Looks like we've got a lot of guys that are 40 overall already. So
yeah, definitely a rebuilding team. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's nice to see when you look at such a candidly shitty roster that they actually have a nice system so that they're not like a complete not lost cause, but long project, so I'll say. Again, Montreal hasn't been here in a long time. 2009 was the last postseason appearance. This was a perennial team for a while. Had a championship back in 2005. Couple GMs ago, so a long history here with the machine. And we'll see if Josh can bring them back to prominence.
Another thing I want to add, I'm just looking at some of the stats, going deeper dive of the starting pitchers. A lot of his starting pitchers have ERAs in like the 5s, 5.5.
Yeah,
like even though.
Oh, go ahead.
Like, even if these guys are overall like 50, 55, like it doesn't match up with what their stats are saying.
Yeah. You got to look at the ballpark as part of, maybe what's going on here. It's a big fly ball park, high home run factors, so you need ground ball pitchers. I haven't looked at these profiles too closely, but looks like he actually is building that right profile. A lot of ground ballers, extreme ground ballers here, some neutral pitchers, but I don't know. Again, I think this is, we've seen 5 or 6 challenging cases. I think Montreal's in that category. It's going to be a tough rebuild. And he needs to, again, just kind of like commit to rebuilding, or some of the contracts are just kind of straddling the line, and I don't think you get anywhere with that kind of approach. Which again, I don't know if he's signed these guys or inherited it, but either way, hopefully he can find a good way to move forward.
Yeah, like maybe early in the season, if like they're not doing half bad, maybe kind of let it ride. But like if they're not playing good within the first like 3-4 weeks of the season, I would just tear it down if that was me.
Yep. Yeah. No. Exactly. Yep. There's always that chance you make a New York type run, get in, and then you never know. But if you don't see it going that way, yeah, I wouldn't commit too much there. Number 5. Lehigh Valley Scrapples, JP's team. This team hasn't been good in a while. We're looking at 3 straight seasons of missed playoffs. So on to a new year. And what do you think of this team? Anything catch your eye?
I mean, honestly, let me look at a deeper look here.
I'll give you
my daughter in the background.
No worries. I'll give you some cover. It sounds like you have someone who wants your attention. Lehigh's catcher looks really great defensively.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And has some good offensive bars. So I think
Justin Gill.
Yeah, I forget Gagliardi. I forget who we looked at earlier had a really great catcher. This is top 2, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, but is he worth the $42 million? I mean, maybe he is, but I feel like that's a lot of money for a catcher.
That's true. He's actually ranked the number 1 catcher according to the game. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of money, but the catcher kind of does secure your pitching staff if he's good enough.
Yeah, like if that catcher can make the pitching staff good, he's probably well worth it.
Yeah. Looking at the salary page, Roland Cook coming off a legendary career here. Future Hall of Famer, 3-time Pitcher of the Year in 3 consecutive seasons back in the day. And a lifelong Scrapple. Gotta love seeing that kind of thing. Approaching 3,000 strikeouts. I wonder if he should get there this year. 78 WAR. Right up there with Andre Crawford is maybe one of the best careers in a pitching history and in TBL history. Excuse me.
Very solid pitcher. I also kind of like. I mean, well, he might be Paul Blasco. He might be kind of an asshole, but I kind of like him. Like his stats might not be the best, but I like his a lot of his FIP is a lot lower than his ERA. Just telling me he's probably just not hasn't gotten lucky with his defense.
Yeah, he's got a good, strong fastball. Good to have that really good first pitch. HRA is kind of concerning, so I think that's always kind of a toss-up and probably doesn't work in some ballparks. But looking at Lehigh, somewhere here. Home run ballparks, that's kind of tricky. I think an HRA allowed 40, but I don't know. I don't love this team. He's got good high-end pieces. This team's been floating in the middle for a while. I think they're going to kind of continue to live in the middle.
Yeah, I think probably below 500 team is what I'm thinking.
Agreed. Yeah, like a 68 win team, 72 win team, somewhere around there. No real top-end talent in the farm system. They do have 16 top 500 players. No one in the top 100, though, so kind of nothing to really be able to build around. So
I'll see if you get any draft picks or any prospects out of Ronald Cook.
True, yeah, he might be some bait at the end. I mean, I feel like Cook's kind of on the decline, so he's not worth as much as he used to be.
I feel like he's got some value left to him.
Yeah,
but that $23 million contract, though, I feel like that kind of hurts him a little bit.
Yeah, you can retain up to 50% here, so you can eat a good chunk of that, but agreed. He is a lefty, so I think there is some value. You're right. All right, let's move on to the next one. I'm getting tired, starting to fade. I'm sure you are too. I think 6th place last year was Philly or Washington. It was Philly, Bobby's team. And I already tore into Bobby during Toronto's segment about trading Nick Henson. But let's take a look at the good things he's doing now that he's traded Nick Henson to try to get back to the postseason. Galtero Capillari looks like an okay catcher. Hasn't really performed, though, huh? Or maybe hasn't gotten the chance. It looks like he's been a partial part-time player. Thoughts on the Eagles?
Honestly, looking like another sub 500 team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's not really any superstars. I mean, you got Bill Barker. Like, he's a reliever, a very, very good closer, in my opinion. But outside of that, you just got a bunch of everyday players here.
I've tried to trade for this guy multiple times.
He looks really good, honestly.
Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah, 1.9. I only pitched 13 innings, but 1.98 ERA is still very impressive.
Yeah. No, yeah, he looks like a stud. Outside of that, you're right. I don't see a lot of talent. Nick Duras, I like him. He's 30 years old. Wish he wasn't playing shortstop. I think he'd be looking real pretty at second or third. Yeah, I think some of the worst teams in our league right now are in the Sapphire, and I think the Eagles are one of them. They're not great looking.
Look at his prospects, though. Look at... where is he? Earl Bush, the starting pitcher. The 52nd rated prospect. Look at his potential. And his splitter. 3 solid pitches right there.
Yeah, he looks like he could be something nice. He's been pretty healthy so far. 11th overall pick last year.
I don't like that FIP, but it's only rookie ball, so it's still not. You don't have to panic quite yet.
I mean, we just talked about he traded away the third baseman there. One of the first guys we looked at, Brian McIntosh, and got a pretty good return. There's several top 500 prospects here that he got back in that trade. I'm curious what he got for the Nick Henson trade, though. Like, who here came from Nick Henson? What's he going to be?
I'm dying to know now.
I know. I feel like we're gonna have to history search this one.
I feel like, you know how like a lot of the shows have like worst 10 trades, MLB, NFL. I'm sorry, but if they're the number one, I think it's got to be that one.
Well, only because it's Nick Henson, because he's so good.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what you got back. I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's got some decent pieces here. He's got 6 top 100 guys, 16 top 100 prospects. You could see this team at least having a future at some point. So you just got to find that one guy to build around, or a couple guys to build around. And who knows? Maybe that guy's here.
What are the Eagles predicted to have this season? 72 and 90. Yeah, seems
we'll see when we get that final prediction. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Has this team submitted? Yeah, this team submitted their lineup, so we'll see. But all right.
Who's next?
Now we're on to Washington. The Generals, Steve, the notoriously most unlucky franchise in the TBL. It's kind of been self-fulfilling prophecy.
2012 to 2014, 3 100-win seasons.
Yeah, it was. Steve's an OG. He's been here since the beginning. And at the very beginning, he missed the playoffs 86, 85, 84 wins. 84 wins. He missed the playoffs 4 out of 5 years with 84 plus wins. And it was all a collapse at the end or missing on the last game of the year. It was crazy. He's had a lot of injury problems. Had a nice chunk of time there where he was a 100-game winner for a while. But yeah, it was a regression last year, 66 wins. Sorry to take up your your spot there. What were you saying?
Freddie Dara looks pretty good here. I don't know if he's a number. I don't know if he's a solid number one, but last year 118 innings, 3.94 ERA, 3.92. Not bad. Again, I don't think he's a number one, but he might be the only option. He might be a good filler.
Yep. Looks like a free agent signing coming out of Nashville there. So we'll see how he reacts to the new environment. I'm hoping Steve is shopping for pitchers based on health at this point to try to break that curse. He's got 2 closers at the back end of his bullpen. They both look okay.
Jared Garrard, he looks pretty good. Yeah, he's killing it. He's tearing it up in the minor leagues.
Mike Best, 25 years old, maybe making his debut here. This guy's the number 38 prospect. I feel like he's been higher than that because his name is familiar to me, but I guess not. Might see him debut this year.
Yeah, solid utility guy.
I don't hate this team Steve always puts together. I don't know what I just pressed. Oop, hide and active. Steve always puts together a pretty competitive team. At times they fall off, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this team around 500.
Yeah, I think they're sitting around the 65, 66 win range. I don't know if they're going to lose 100 games, but maybe.
Oh, you think it's going to be that low? Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, just it's a gut feeling.
You might be right. I mean, I don't know. They're just very vanilla. There's no one that really stands out on the team. One more time here. So yeah, no. I do like his system. Yeah. One of the best systems in the game.
Yeah, a lot of good pitchers here. Jason Young, Luis Meza looks solid. I mean, 60s and 70s all across the board. Still got a ways to go, though.
Yeah, some young guys here. I think he killed the IAFA signings this year. Who did he get? Victor Barboza. I was really trying to grab this guy. Which, again, 16 years old. This guy could turn out to be crap. But he's building that system up. He's waiting for his time to dominate again.
Yeah, let's even get any value out of his two back end pieces here, Danny Griffith and Jared Garrardo. See if we can get some picks for some prospects for him. Because they might be good. They might be good closers, but if you ain't winning games, they're not as important.
Yeah, I've always had trouble making. Steve always says his guys are for sale, but I've never come to an agreement with him on anything yet. Not to say he's difficult to trade with, but it's more like who's gonna take the first step, and I'm not good at doing that. And apparently, neither is he, which is kind of funny. He's got like no money invested, which is great. His books are wide open. He can do whatever the hell he wants. As a matter of fact, I don't think we've seen anybody with a budget this low, $92 million, which means he's got only $15 million free because he's doing what he should be doing. He's investing in development and scouting, which is great. And the only guy locked up is Kyler Baxley, and on a pretty affordable contract for what this guy is. So
yeah, a lot of freedom to do what he wants.
One more team, Boston Boom. Mike and the man with 6 first-round picks this year. I think we can cover the 2022 version of the Boom pretty quickly, kind of like we've covered the last 20 versions of the Boston Boom pretty quickly.
Yeah, a lot of. First off, the prospects stand out a lot. Josh Baker, solid. Bobby, 2 really good pitching prospects. Like if those two develop, that would be a great 1-2 punch.
Yeah, no reason looking at anybody on the team. Although, I don't know if he'll be able to flip anybody this year for assets. I'm starting to think Mike is another hockey guy to watch out for. If you somehow get 6 first-round picks one year, did his team have 6 guys worth of first-round talent? And if so, why weren't they winning? I'm just going to pose that question to the league. Means he gets some really good value for some guys, I think. Anyways.
I mean, I'm kind of looking here. There's I don't
guys.
really see that many people he can get value off of.
Yeah, on his current roster. Yeah.
Maybe Kevin Porter. I mean, very solid at third and shortstop.
$51.3 million invested here, so we found someone beating Washington on the last hurrah. Yeah, there's nothing really here. I mean, again, maybe he's going to pick someone up in free agency once the season starts, and that'll be flippable. Obviously, a ton of salary room. But I think the strategy is just to keep sucking, keep building up those assets in the system, and then, yeah, that window will come, right?
Yes, it
will.
That's the way
you got to do it.
Gotta be patient.
That's the way you got to do it. Yep. Well, that's everybody. I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm literally like slurring my speech at this point. So yeah, let's rank them. Why don't you go first?
All right. So probably, I'm gonna say number 1, Toronto. I think we can all agree on that. 2, Washington. 3, Somerville. 4, New York. 5, Philadelphia. 6, Montreal. 7, Lehigh. And 8, Boston. Kind of similar to like the predictions.
Okay. I've got Toronto 1 as well. I've got Somerville 2. I'm going to go New York 3. And then Washington 4. And then Philly 5. And then I've got Lehigh 6. Montreal 7. And then Boston 8. Cool. We've made it through the podcast. Daniel, thanks again for joining and giving your insights. Much appreciated.
Of course. I enjoyed to be here.
Cool. Yeah. And for everybody still listening at this point, which I don't know how you can. I literally can't even talk. Season starts on Sunday at 10 a.m. most likely. I'm actually going camping this weekend, so it's whenever I get back Sunday. But sometime we're going to get football on Sunday, and we're going to get some TBL opening day. It's going to be a fantastic Sunday. So I hope everybody's looking forward to that, and looking forward to another good season. And thank you again, and good luck.